Welcome everybody to episode 77 of Xiaoban Ho. It's so good to have you. It is our little VIP show. We've got an interesting one and a funny one for you today because we're talking about foreigners that really just take it to the max, you know?
007. Yeah, I actually do want to explain what this means. It's try hard foreigners and cool guy cringe. And what that means is, in case you didn't read the blurb that I wrote,
Yeah.
a lot of people go to China because it's so far away from home and no one is going to know them there.
Yeah.
So what they can do is reinvent themselves into whatever they wanted to be. And in fact, they might come up with whatever they wanted to be while they're there.
Yeah.
But they'll latch on to some sort of persona or idea that makes them different than the rest of the people. Because 90% of the people, the foreigners, and by the way, when we say foreigners, we mean non-Chinese.
Yes.
So you could be from Africa or America or
Pakistan
or Australia. Most of these foreigners go there to teach English.
Yes.
The rest of them do business or work for a company and are sent over there on contract. Let's say you work for a speaker company.
Yeah.
And the speaker company sends you over there to do oversight on the factory.
Yeah.
That's the rest of them, right? There is not a ton of in between.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. But a lot of foreigners, so people, let's just say Americans or Canadians or whatever, will go over there and be like, I am not just an English teacher. I am so much more than an English teacher.
They'll actually avoid ever saying they're an
Yes.
English teacher. But you know, there is something you have to mention though, is when it comes to the foreigners that end up there doing this kind of thing, is it's mostly people from developed countries.
Yes.
And I'll tell you why. If you're Canadian or Australian or American or British or whatever, it's very easy to get a visa for China through agents.
Yes.
Remember there's that Forever Bright VJ agency in Hong Kong. You go there, if you're American, you put your passport down, you walk out, you go get coffee or whatever, you come back the next afternoon or the next day or something, and you've got your whatever tourist visa or business visa. They can organize it for like 6 months or a year or whatever. If you're from a developing country, let's say you're from Ghana or you're from South Africa or wherever, they can't do it.
Yeah.
The max they can do is a 15-day business visa,
Right.
and you need a lot of documents. So that's why when you meet people from third world developing countries, they're usually students. Have you noticed that?
Yes.
And they're less apt to be these guys hanging out in the bars going on about being a Special Forces 007 Wall Street banker.
Weirdly enough, they're more normal.
Yes, they are. They're more normal.
A lot of my foreign friends were from African countries because they got there by their own means. They
Yes,
weren't
and
like,
they're legitimate, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's usually from the developed countries, the dregs from the developed countries end up in China.
Yes.
Because it's easy for them
Yeah.
to get in, and then they just lie around, resting around on their...
It's also easy, like if you all you need is a bachelor's degree. Like a huge half the people in America have bachelor's degrees, right?
But
So you just
none of
go
the
there.
people in China that we ever met had bachelor's degrees.
Yeah, they did in all the places I worked. You had to. And
No,
all the
I'm
public
talking.
schools.
I'm talking about the foreigners hanging out in the bars.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about like my colleagues at universities and stuff. Yeah,
Normally the 007 Special Forces guys don't have.
No, the people you're talking about that work at like kindergartens or something,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
never have degrees because
Yeah.
they go through these agents or whatever.
Yeah, they get these agents who help them like get under the table jobs and things.
I
yeah.
think that's like a certain personality type.
Yeah.
And not to get down too much on this, but you got to understand the kind of person that's going to go to a place like China and then do it the not right way is going to be a certain type of person.
But there's another thing to be said is that usually if you've got someone like, just say a young guy in his 20s or 30s or a young guy who's got all of his ducks in a row, he's got his bachelor's degree, he's done some kind of, he's got a good education, he wants to go out there and do a gap year. Why would he choose China when he could go to Japan or South Korea or you're
talking about me,
Yeah.
right? So I had everything
Yeah.
ready.
Yeah.
I'm educated. I had a job lined up and I wanted to do a year.
Yeah.
Right. I was going to go to Taiwan. there's only 2 times during the year you get hired for Taiwan, and I was just being super ADD and wanted to go
Sure.
somewhere.
Yeah.
So it's like one of those things when the opportunity arises, it was just like, yeah, hell yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly,
And then
yeah.
you get sucked in.
Yeah, so I'm just saying though, like from a first world
Yeah.
country, you'd much more rather be apt to go to a place like Japan or wherever
Yes.
where there's good health care,
Yeah.
like the food is great, you've got more higher pay, that kind
Yeah.
of thing, or whatever
Yeah.
the case may be, a more professional setup. So that's why the kind of foreigners that end up in China are usually not very good quality. Let's
Gary
put it that way.
McBride says, if they can be special forces, how come they can't pretend to have a bachelor's degree? Oh,
Yeah.
no, they do.
They do.
pretend.
Anyway, before we get into it, I thought we'd do this. We were talking about Christmas crackers on the show.
Yes.
These are not very good ones.
we
These are
have some funny videos and stories coming.
Oh yeah, we got them all. But I thought we'd do a Christmas cracker just for the hell of it. These are probably like from Poundland or whatever.
Is that like a dollar store?
Yeah, it's called
interesting.
Poundland. Yeah, it's called
Sorry,
Poundland.
but
Yeah,
that
yeah.
sounds super suggestive.
It actually does, doesn't it?
Tell
Yeah.
me that's not
More like,
just
yeah,
some
yeah. It's
so
pretty bad.
horrible
Yeah.
spa.
I didn't even think about that, but yeah. Anyway, yeah. Let's
boy.
see who wins. Let's go and see what's inside. You ready?
Yep.
Let's do it. Oh, you got it. Wonder what's inside.
I got it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's how it works.
Yeah, whoever is left holding the thing.
Oh, it's like
So-
a little.
Yeah, open it up. Yeah, let's see what's inside.
gunpowder.
Let's see what's inside this Poundland cracker. Oh, what is that?
That's. It is. It is a tiger puzzle.
Oh, it's one of those little.
One
You
of
got the
those
ball
things.
bearings.
I
You
thought
got
you
to.
said you get cool stuff in them.
I told you this is a Poundland one, not a.
okay.
I mean, that's
I won.
yeah. Did you?
Yeah.
No, you got to get one in each.
Oh, there's 3.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought there's only 2.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. That's like a little puzzle. I guess it's better than nothing.
3. I win.
Good.
That was
Excellent.
very easy.
This is supposed to be for kids. Right?
Oh, okay.
So
Gotcha.
anyway, I got a little tiger puzzle. But
Comes with a joke.
let's hear the joke.
And what is this? The crown?
Yeah, it's a crown.
Can I
It's
swear
like a
this?
little. Yeah, you may as well chuck it on for a little bit anyway. Oh, it's green. Nobody can see it. Oh, that's
Make my hair disappear.
yeah. That's kind of interesting.
I'll wear this.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah, that's kind of interesting.
It really is. If I like push it up, I could actually make my hair kind of disappear.
You absolutely can. That's
I'm gonna leave it like that.
Okay,
It's
that's-
interesting because
yeah.
if anyone walks in right now, they'll be like, "What is going
Yeah,
on?"
exactly. What's happening? What happened to the top of his head?
It's just
Yeah.
I don't need it anymore.
Anyway, let's read the jokes because
Yeah.
I saved a couple. I haven't read them yet, but these
Okay.
are usually like dad joke level jokes, and I thought let's all celebrate these terrible jokes.
You know what I
together.
just realized? You know how everyone's like after the Harry Potter cloak thing?
Yeah.
Like I just figured it out.
Yeah.
Like I'm invisible right now.
Yeah, it's easy.
Yeah. You idiots trying to come up with all these special forces technology.
I
like
know.
Cloak. I just did it.
They did that. Remember, there's that Chinese guy,
Yeah.
and it was all viral, but it was
Yeah.
just holding a green cloth.
yeah, that's
all it
right.
was.
It
Yeah.
wasn't even the mirror one where it
Yeah.
was like the
No, it's
serrated
just like
mirror.
it's like an invisibility thing. China invents a new technology.
Yeah, we covered that. Didn't
Yeah,
we?
yeah. So what's your
Anyway.
joke?
Why did nobody bid for Rudolph and Blitzen?
No idea.
Because they were too dear. It was too expensive. Right?
Yeah, dear. That's kind of we don't use that too much.
You don't say that either.
British people do.
It's
it's like,
too
oh, it's
dear.
too
Yeah,
dear,
that's
it's too
true. I know
expensive.
what it means.
Yeah. Is that the only joke, or is there?
No,
another
there's
one?
another one.
Okay.
There's 3 actually.
Oh, three.
there's 2 jokes and 1 trivia.
Yes,
I'm a big trivia guy.
Okay.
so.
All right. So let's do
What is the best Christmas present? This is a joke.
it. Okay. I don't know.
A broken drum because he can't beat it.
Oh.
These suck.
Oh. Okay. What's the trivia? Let's see if I
Ready
can
for the
get
trivia?
it. Yeah. What?
The lamest, easiest trivia ever.
We'll try.
What is the name of the toy cowboy in Toy Story?
Woody.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, how about this? Jokes. What did the pirate say when he turned 80?
When he turned 80? Our matey. I'm 80.
Yeah.
pretty
No,
easy.
I matey.
Oh, I matey. I'm 80. Okay, that's not bad. That's pretty
All
good.
right, yeah, it's kind of ridiculous, isn't it? Why do cows wear bells?
Why?
Because their horns don't work. Okay. Okay, trivia. Where is the driest place on Earth?
I don't know, a town in Prohibition. What?
No, Antarctica.
Why? What?
Guess everything's frozen, so there's no liquid around, right? I don't know.
What?
Maybe it. Look at. I mean, it's trivia.
Oh, that was trivia.
Yes.
Oh, I thought it was a joke.
No, that's
no,
trivia.
that's true. That's true.
Yeah. Okay. I got another joke here.
Okay.
What's the difference between a well-dressed man on a bike and a poorly dressed man on a unicycle?
What?
Attire.
Oh.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, joke marathon.
Yeah. No, there's only 2 more left here. What happened when the comedian entered 10 puns in a pun contest, hoping he would win?
What?
No pun intended.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Yikes.
Oh, this one's even worse. Oh, maybe we should do the trivia.
Okay.
Oh, it's so easy. What do camels store in their humps?
Fat.
That's correct. All right. Why are
Do
Christmas...
people think they're water, like little camel bags?
I have
You know
no idea.
camel bags?
Yeah. Yeah. Why are Christmas trees bad at knitting?
Why?
Because they always drop their needles.
Oh.
And what do you call a train loaded with toffee?
A train loaded with toffee. I don't want to know.
A choo-choo train.
Oh, because you got to chew
Yeah.
it. Oh my! Isn't that taffy? Toffee is
No.
crispy.
No, what are you talking
Yeah,
about?
toffee.
No, toffee is the chewy stuff.
No,
Yes,
toffee
it
is
is.
crispy.
No, it's not.
Look,
Nonsense, it's not.
maybe it's an American thing, but look, this is toffee.
That looks like... No, that's not toffee.
Yeah, it is. Toffee is a confection made by caramelizing sugar, molasses, butter, and occasionally flour. It's literally hard and crispy.
No, it's
Taffy
very
is
chewy.
this. Yeah, this is taffy.
Well, you guys obviously called it the wrong thing.
Let's see what.
Um,
in England, maybe it'll say like in England variants.
Mm-hmm.
A popular variant of in the United States is English toffee, a very buttery toffee made with almonds. It's available in both chewy and hard versions. Oh, okay, so the British kind can be chewy.
It always is. Like if we say toffee, at least in South Africa, and I presume England as well, it's chewy.
Oh, see, that's to us as taffy.
Yeah.
Taffy is in no way, shape, or form toffee. Taffy describes chewy fruit candies, whereas
It's
toffee
not.
is-
It's not fruit.
Oh,
It's like caramel flavored.
weird. So I guess maybe that's a South African thing.
Yeah, but this is from England.
Oh, yeah, crunchy homemade toffee. That's weird. That's on a British thing too. Oh, there's probably both.
Well, I mean, you can have toffee that's got crunchiness in it, but it's still going to be chewy. But it's got like crunchy bits inside.
Yeah, in America, it's always like whatever. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Now the trivia. Oh, it's too easy. What is the name of the bear in the Jungle Book?
Blue.
Yep, you're right. Anyway,
All this trivia is like pop. Oh,
Yeah.
no, Antarctica. I thought
Yeah.
it was a joke, but
No, it's not.
I knew that one.
this is the kind of thing you find in a Christmas
Gotcha.
cracker. But remember, these are Poundland Christmas crackers. Okay, so like the gifts weren't that great. They were like little harmonicas and things
Yeah.
like that. If you get a premium Christmas cracker, however, pretty good. I think the best joke out of all of that is the "I matey" thing. "I matey."
I like that one.
Yeah, that's the only-
There's people. There's so much dissent in here about this toffee thing. So I'm gonna say, is toffee hard or chewy?
It's freaking chewy, dude. You like pull your fillings out with that stuff, you know?
No, I know. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying wonder what the audience thinks. Hard, chewy. Because there's so much dissent in there about
It's
it.
definitely chewy. I've never heard of hard, like crispy toffee before. You know, I know in America you guys got like deep fried butter and stuff and all these
No,
weird
no.
things.
Toffee is
so-
from England. Like
Yeah.
it's from England.
Yeah.
So it's crunchy.
No, it's not
Yeah,
crunchy.
it is.
It's
Really.
not. It's definitely not.
Caramel is what's soft, says Jennifer. Winston mispronounced taffy.
No, it's toffee.
is hard.
Yeah, it's hard
That's
and
weird.
chewy.
Anyway, no, I'm not saying you're wrong. It's
Yeah.
just obviously a variation of this. I'm trying to figure this
Yeah,
cultural
it-
differences
and
out.
it could absolutely be a regional thing because there's a lot of things like biscuits in America are
yeah,
like
it's a biscuit.
it's like a weird scone looking. What would you call that? Like a muffin, like
you wouldn't
scone
call
thing.
it a biscuit because that's
No,
what it's
I mean if
called.
you were to compare it to like a other countries' food.
almost like some sort of pastry in a way.
Because I could just imagine if you ordered tea and biscuits here, it'd be horrible.
I don't think so.
You're like dunking a huge Cracker Barrel type, you know.
Biscuits are delicious.
I mean, they're nice,
Yeah.
but it's like
Red
it's,
Lobster biscuits are amazing.
Yeah, exactly. But that's not something, and I agree with you. But that's not something that I picture because a
What
biscuit
would you
have
call that though? Like
What,
a
that?
dollop of
maybe a muffin or something, a
a
scone.
cheese muffin.
Yeah,
Gross.
yeah, dude. Like you know,
It
like
sounds gross, 'cause
You know,
to
like
me-
an English muffin is
Yeah,
eggs
yeah, I
Benedict or
gotcha.
whatever on
Yeah,
it. You know,
that makes
it's
sense.
like it's a different thing. Yeah, it's just one of those. But a biscuit to me is literally something you dip in your tea, like a
Yes.
rich tea biscuit, you know, like a Mari biscuit or whatever you call it, Maria biscuit type thing.
I don't know what the hell a Maria biscuit is.
Well,
but-
you know, yeah.
No, this is interesting
Yeah.
cultural differences.
Exactly. Biscuits.
open to anything.
I like cookies, basically.
Yeah, I understand that.
I just find it a bit strange, but it's nice. I like biscuits in America, but they're not. You
Yeah,
know, it's
they're
just
not the
one of
same.
those
It's just
things.
a
Maybe
different word.
toffee's the same, right?
Maybe toffees. I reckon we're in a situation like that.
Yeah, definitely. Because you grow up here in toffees, knowing toffee to be chewy.
Yeah, see, it's like a toss-up. It's like toffee is hard, and then this person says in the UK it's not crunchy. So it's probably like one of those weird things.
Yeah, crunchy toffee sounds nice, but it's a chewy thing as far as I know. Anyway,
Yeah,
completely
anyway.
off point. We better get into the topic.
So yeah, let's explain this. So we're gonna cover. We found some footage of
Yeah.
exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Trying to be so freaking cool.
Yeah.
Being a foreigner from a foreign country in China, trying to be the cool guy, and it oftentimes results in massive cringe.
Yeah, now the thing is, we have to explain to you why and how this is even possible. So I'm going to start by showing you this auditorium over here. If you look behind us, I filmed this. These are, see that big stage up there? I did a speech here.
I think I just saw someone I know. I'll check afterwards.
Yeah, it's possible. Anyway, the fact of the matter is, big auditorium, looks like a big fancy event. And this was a thing called Idea Exchange. It was some foreigner who was in Shenzhen, his idea of like a TED Talk type thing.
Okay. So it's fake TED Talk.
It was a fake TED Talk, yeah.
Fake talk.
Yeah, exactly. But, and I'll explain to you how they got so many people here later, okay? Because we first got to see what it's all about. So you see this massive crowd. It's not a small amount of people.
Sure.
Everyone's there gathered to listen to these, talks by foreigners, basically. Okay?
Meaning non-Chinese. Again, this is confusing for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Because to them, a foreigner is a Chinese person. Right?
Not when you're in China.
I know that's what I'm saying.
Okay, so you would expect that people are going to get up there and give like a very important speech, right? When you see these kind of crowds and, see
Yeah,
this
because it's like
auditorium.
off-brand TED Talk. You're gonna be like, "Did you ever want to capture the most rest out of your sleep or something?"
Yeah,
You know
it'll
what I
be
mean?
something like renewable energy.
Yeah,
What is
yeah,
the solution
yeah.
to the world's energy crisis or something? My speech was all about our motorcycle trips, and I was basically advertising
we're
our
selling something.
motorcycles and
Good.
stuff.
Yeah.
But let's see the kind of person that did speeches before me. We'll just show you the kind of thing that would happen.
Really, the epitome of cool guy.
Yes.
Cool guy, try hard foreigner.
By the way, before he starts,
Why is this is not a speech?
no, but yeah, he.
He definitely said something prior to.
Yeah,
that.
he did. There was a speech. I cut it out, but I've blurred his name out
Yeah,
because
'cause-
just for it's not fair. He did this performance to kind of open the show,
Oh, okay.
but it was also his speech.
oh, it was.
Well,
his
yeah,
speech.
he did a speech, and then he explained his art,
Oh, okay.
his performance art.
His renewable energy.
He's a performer,
Yeah.
okay, and he had his name up there. He's got his professional picture up there of himself in a suit and tie.
I love the pose. That's such a try hard.
Kind of like a
foreigner
LinkedIn,
pose.
isn't that like?
No,
kind of
but
a-
it's worse.
Yeah.
It's like kind of like cool. It's a cool guy pose.
Yeah.
Tell me that's not a cool guy.
Yeah.
pose.
He was going for it. He practiced that. Anyway, so let's listen to what his performance is. Hang on, because you know how much I love acoustic guitars. But
Yes.
anyway, let's get past that
Let's
part.
hear the speech. Wait.
Yeah.
So this guy's speech at this TED Talk, this discount TED Talk,
Yeah.
because I guess the story is the guy that organized it couldn't get TED.
Yeah,
to
he
sign
tried.
off
He
on
tried to get TEDx to sign off on these events, and they were like, "Nope."
it. So this guy's speech, which is supposed to be some inspirational thing, or you learn
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Is a guy playing 3 chords
Yes.
on an acoustic guitar with a LinkedIn cool guy photo,
Yeah.
and then doing shit beatboxing.
Yeah, beatboxing. And his speech before was explaining the art of beatboxing and like how, you know, like how amazing it is. Like, so he's like, gave a whole explanation about beatboxing and so on. But remember, if you were to just see this, you wouldn't think much of it. But I showed you the crowd earlier. There's literally like 150 people sitting there watching this guy do this.
This is the epitome of what I titled this "Try Hard Foreigners Cool Guy Cringe."
Yeah.
And because this is the idea, and again, I think that's good that you film the audience first, because this guy's not gonna have 200 people in the crowd in England or wherever he's from,
No.
sitting in front of him, watching him play 3 chords over and over again while he spits into the microphone,
And I'll-
literally.
yeah, and I'll show you something else. Like, there's a guy, you can see them with a DSLR taking a photo. He's
For
like
the-
behind me
probably
there.
for the newspaper.
It was for
Yeah.
the local newspaper. So
And you say local for 10 million people.
yes.
That's it.
16 million.
16 million people. How is that not insane? Now,
Yeah.
now I think people get a perspective on the whole cool guy cringe thing.
Yeah, because now not only do you sit and do your art, I'm going to use quotation marks,
Sure.
in front of a massive crowd, but on
Yes.
top of that, you get to have your picture in the newspaper and featured on the. They used to have like these foreign sections
Yes.
of the newspaper.
Because the fact that he's just a foreign dude in China doing some nonsense was enough to make it, and it shows you how low quality the entertainment is in China, to be honest. Like, this is enough to get people riled up.
Yeah.
And that's simply because there's not that many foreigners in China, so it's exotic.
Yeah.
And number 2, it's kind of like maybe, you know, people pretend like he's some dude from TV or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or those Hollywood movies that they saw.
Exactly.
It's that disconnected. right?
Yeah. By the way, he's got lyrics.
Oh, does he? Gosh, no, don't tell me there's lyrics.
There's lyrics, bro.
So he does it.
Everybody on this planet agree we can set the clock to whenever we want it to be. Here's the space you can say what you think. Exchange your thoughts, connect and speak. So if you have an idea, I'd like to hear it right here. Where every word that's spoken gets thrown into open ears. What I came here to do is learn something new. Let me in on some of your personal truth. Because we all have a passion, there's no need to mask it. We all have questions, so feel free to ask them. We each share a unique universe, and I'm eager to explore yours through your words. Take the world inside you and try to let it out. We have to work together while there's still time allowed. And as every night becomes a bright day, we can all help make this world a better place. Let great minds unite and never divide. Exchange ideas to keep the magic alive. And as long as I'm left with
Listen,
the
everyone's
fresh
clapping.
concept,
Yeah, I love it.
correct to consider it a success. No regrets. Yes, I'm glad we met. Now tell me what you want to express. Now tell me what you want to express. Now tell me what you want to
3 times.
express.
Yes. Isn't it great? It's excellent.
I get an ab workout. Cringing so hard.
I know, it's good stuff, dude.
James says that sucks hard. Way hard.
Yes.
Acoustic rap with beatboxing.
It's such a bad combination.
We have a lot of people screaming.
I know. Well, I
in
mean,
the
here's
chat.
the thing, though.
No,
Okay.
stop.
Yeah, he got given this task. He's like, I'm gonna do my speech about my beatboxing and stuff, but I'm gonna turn it into like an opening act for this idea exchange. So he put in he wrote those lyrics and he put all this effort.
I got tired from that because my stomach was clenched.
Yeah. Anyway, now not to like
It's great value sea milk.
yeah, it is not to shit on these guys because the thing is.
shoot your shot.
Yeah, he did this thing. He stood up in front of everyone. He put in the effort, but at the same time, anywhere else in the world, that would be like not even a high school talent show would accept that level of.
I mean, they would
performance.
have to, but most high schoolers would have the common sense not to put that on display
Sure.
because they would have to go back to school and everyone laugh at them in the hallway, right?
Yeah.
Here, everyone's cheering along. It's nice. It's wholesome. But
Yeah.
he just got 16 million, a city of 16 million people's potential, like
eyes.
eyes.
At least in the newspaper and
Yeah.
on the local news. Now this guy was talking about doing.
Seema walked so this guy could run. Somebody actually asked the baker. He said, he's hoping that he can retract that.
Oh, you want to retract that like this? Let's see, where even is that?
I withdraw that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I withdraw.
Honorable Matisha.
Withdraw it. By the way, this is now called the lobotomy crown.
A lobotomy crown, nice.
Poundland rap.
Yes, Poundland rap.
He
Yeah.
strikes me as British trying to do like a fake hip hop accent, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. So anyway, this guy was talking about.
I'm sorry, one more thing.
Yeah, what's
the
that?
guy right now on stage is also wearing a lobotomy crown.
It looks like it, right? Anyway, let's hear what he has to say.
Okay, so this is a new guy's speech.
Yeah, this is just one of the other guys. Okay.
Finish line might be 5 kilometers, might be 10, might be 20, could be up to 100. They exist. They're really for crazy people. You gotta add mud. You gotta add water.
What is this? This is like supposed to be a TED Talk, right?
Yeah.
What is an obstacle race? Is what this says on the screen.
Yeah, he was talking about like doing obstacle races or something like that. But I mean, I hate it when people read their own PowerPoint.
Yeah, like it's verbatim.
Yeah, because like you see his next slide was like add mud. It's like you gotta add mud. You gotta add
It's
water.
better than the people that have like a whole paragraph and they just
Yes.
read each word.
Yeah. Well, I guess everything was a little thing to like remind him. So it's like, yeah, you know, these races, it could be 5 kilometers. They could be,
Brian Kane says, no, not 100.
they could be 100. You never know, right?
These races are for crazy people.
This is what happens, and we've all been there, when you have to give a speech and it has to last.
100-mile mud race.
But you know what I mean?
100-mile mud race.
Yeah,
love
but
it.
you know when you just have to stretch your
Yes,
words? You
yes.
just have to, because
Yeah.
otherwise you will literally be 1 minute and your whole thing will be over.
But this guy didn't have to do this.
No.
He chose to do this. That's my problem. That's why this is Cool Guy Cringe. Just try
Yeah.
hard foreigners.
Yeah, exactly.
He's
trying to
an
be-
English teacher, right?
Yeah.
Like, let's be honest.
All of them are.
All of them are. But they go up there and they're like, I'm going to teach you about something I'm an expert at.
Yeah.
Obstacle courses, 100-mile mud races.
I know.
I'm going to beatbox and rap as an intro to this.
Yeah. Now
TED Talk.
I'm gonna give you a little bit of a inside behind the sausage factory of how this thing actually came to be, because I actually interviewed the organizer.
Yeah.
You know, and because they really liked me at the talk, right? They got me in to do the talk because they'd seen my YouTube videos. And then I went to another one of their talks at some other time. So I got to know them pretty well. And I was wondering, like, how do you get so many people? I'll just go back to the crowd here. How do you get so many people to turn up to this thing where there's like random foreigners talking junk, right?
Yeah.
Because that's all
And
it
again,
is.
they don't have to do it. They volunteered to do this.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
cool.
yeah. I mean, you know, in the little expat groups and stuff, they'll be like, hey, do you want to do a talk type thing, you know?
And also, these guys are chomping at the bit to do it because they can
Yes.
take their Instagram photo in front of the crowd and be like, I did this. And they'll
Yeah.
put it on their LinkedIn, you know, these
And it's about like, look at me, I'm big
Yeah.
in China, you know,
Yeah,
I've
yeah, yeah.
got a stage, look, I'm on stage.
You can
and-
go through me. I'll help you understand this
Yeah,
country. Like,
exactly, that type of
I
thing.
do presentations.
So, what this guy did was he had a Chinese girlfriend, the guy who organized this, he was an American guy, is
Okay.
he would get his girlfriend to go onto all these like English learning websites and university groups and things, and they would put it out as a way for people to come and basically do a big English corner.
Oh, so just listen to English
Yes.
basically and chat with people.
And also, like, when
Ask
the guys are
questions.
finished with their speech, they can ask questions and stuff.
That
So,
makes sense.
if you look at the demographic, the kind of people that are in the crowd, it's all those young university student age, like, English learners, basically.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's like a free lesson.
Yeah, and you also notice most of them are women, because that's usually the demographic for that.
Yes.
So they'd all come to these events and pack the place because it was free,
yes.
and it's like a free English lesson, basically.
Makes sense.
So that's how that whole idea exchange thing came to be, basically.
Gary McBrien says, I'm going to teach you about corduroy.
You could stand up and say anything and do anything.
I went to one of these one time.
Yeah.
Hold on, before we get to this, because
Yeah.
the one that I filmed is truly.
Yes.
It's
Well, we
pro-
went there together, remember?
Yeah. No, but it's from my YouTube channel. But you guys I can guarantee 99% of you haven't seen it
Yeah.
because it's buried in this like shit vlog.
Yeah.
Anyway, before we get to that, because that one's the peak cringe. I want to say that is toffee hard or chewy? 50% said hard and 50% said chewy. Look at that.
Yeah, it must be a regional thing.
It's a regional
Yeah,
thing for sure.
It's weird.
But you just jogged my memory. Exactly the same as this. Probably was something of the exact same ilk.
Yeah.
I had to go to it for some reason, but I didn't have to perform. And a guy went up there, I kid you not, for like, I'm going to say 45 minutes, like a long speech. He was from like New Zealand or something.
Yeah.
And he talked about like alternative ingredients in like foods, about how if you drink lemon juice it turns basic in your stomach and then you cure cancer, and if you eat Himalayan rock salt he's like, everyone repeat after me, Himalayan rock salt. And he did like 100 times. And everyone was like, Himalayan rock salt. And he went on this verbose, like no one understood what he was talking about because he's like thick accent, very complicated words. And talked about Himalayan rock salt for like half an hour, about how it's amazing for you and stuff. And that's the kind of people, as he really thought he was like portraying something important.
Yeah, and the problem is in China, it's very easy to grow a big ego because if you think about it, Beatbox Acoustic Boy, for instance,
Yeah.
he has the confidence to go up on a stage
Yeah.
in front of hundreds of people
Yeah.
and do his little act, and he doesn't see it as being cringe.
No.
And that's because he's teaching English somewhere. He's shown it to his colleagues. They've all said, "Wow, you're so, handsome and amazing, and you're
Yeah.
so talented."
Snowballs.
Everybody around you, because in China, like you said earlier, there's so few foreigners that you get a lot of attention, and
Yes.
it goes to your head, and you become
Yes.
this like crazy, egotistical wanker,
It's true.
pretty much, and that's what
True.
leads to these people.
I mean,
becoming
honestly,
more and more
like
outlandish.
Yeah, like we did that video about my cringe rap performances and stuff, and there's something to that.
Yeah.
I think the difference is I can look back at that and I cringe to death.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know if I thought I was the man.
Yeah. I mean,
I was having fun.
yeah, sure. Yeah.
Anyway, let's look at this. This is important.
Yeah, this is now. We went to this. Our producer for Conquering Southern China suggested we go to this because
Yeah.
we knew about this through, actually through him. Because remember, he did a segment on these people.
Yes.
The
I went to this twice. This is when I went.
We both went there.
I went twice. This is when I did that speech alone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I didn't. I
So,
forgot about that.
It was like for the show to sell the show link.
Yeah,
for
yeah, yeah.
Vimeo or whatever. Anyway.
Yeah, we went there and we did a speech.
Yes.
And then second time
Doesn't
around.
matter.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Either way, this is the same kind of thing. This wasn't called Idea Exchange. This was called something else.
Almost
like,
identical.
it's the same thing.
In a different city.
Yeah. This was in Guangzhou, and you can see the foreigners sitting here are the ones that are going to be up next for the next chat.
Yes, for their next
Yeah,
speech.
next speech. And everybody else that's here is, there you are doing a speech talking
Yeah.
about conquering
It's
southern
what you
China.
just did in the last
Yes.
one.
Yeah. So we were trying to use it as
We
a
were
way
trying
to
to
get
sell something.
Yeah, try to get the word of our show
Yeah.
out. But you filmed the one guy in particular, which was hilarious.
I think it's
so-
exactly what we're talking about.
It really symbolizes
Yes.
the exact type of person who's going to
Yes.
come there, and now he's a big shot.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Let's take a look
So
what
what?
he says. Yeah. What does he say? I'll get us out of there. Where is he? Is he coming? Yeah. Come on. All right. Come on. Where's this guy? There's enough of the crowd over here, that's for sure. I think I left the crowd on too long, didn't I?
Okay.
Well, I guess.
Maybe we can pick him out of the crowd.
Oh, there he is.
Want to be an entrepreneur? Where is it? There's no coming back. There's no movie. There's only one. You do it, or you not try. But
So let me explain. Can you freeze frame it on? Did I play in the arms of an angel?
I think so. Let's see.
I used to make 8-bit songs out of pop. Dude, right? Mm-hmm. He came on like after me or something, and I'm like, what? He goes on, and I wish I filmed more of it, but he goes, basically what he does, he walks up here with these suspenders on.
Yeah.
And he's like, I am an entrepreneur. And he talks about all his success and stuff. No, we have no idea what he's done. He doesn't have anything like solid that he talks about, not his like sales numbers or anything, but he's an entrepreneur. And he goes up and he says, and you know what? To be an entrepreneur it's the biggest risk. And I took that risk. I did it. Me. Like super narcissistic stuff.
Yeah.
And he goes, and what you have to do to become an entrepreneur is you have to burn the ship. And he made a little boat.
Yeah, like a paper boat.
Out of a piece of paper, and he takes like a Bic lighter and he lights it on fire and he walks around with it right before it burns his fingers.
Yeah.
And he's like, you have to burn the ship. He chucks it down, he stamps on it. He's like, You have to try or you die trying.
My favorite part about this, to be honest, is if you look at what he does, he's got the ship on fire, right?
Yes.
And he obviously has a slide that says burn the ship, right?
Yes.
So-
it did.
Yeah, but it's not up yet. So he has to, while this thing's burning in his hands, he has to change his slide. Look.
Want to be another result?
See, it's burning.
Yeah.
He's like, change the slide. There we go.
Burn the ship.
Yeah.
There's no escape.
This guy was so hard, so.
You do it, or you die. Trust. But
I like how everyone's emotionalist,
Let's just say he was not happy about that.
Didn't he ask somebody to ask you to take it
here's
down?
the deal. He told someone else, like
Yeah.
on his behalf, he's like, remove that, like it's embarrassing or whatever. I'll be honest with you. My edit of that is a hell of a lot less embarrassing than the whole speech.
Yes.
It was. If I had left that on, because I guess the concern was that it was like just the end of it. If I had left that up, that shows the narcissism, by the way. If I left it in its entirety, it's a lot more embarrassing than that. At least I made it fun.
Isn't it interesting that they find it embarrassing if the rest of the world sees it,
Yes.
but if it's in China, it doesn't
fine.
matter.
It's fine.
Yeah, because they were like a big shot. Because
Yes.
people look at that and be like, "Wow, these
It's cool
foreigners
guy
are so
foreigner
weird,"
stuff.
you know?
It's cool guy foreigner.
Yeah, that's pretty much the epitome. Anyway, we have to move on to kind of performance foreigners, okay?
Yes.
So now there's a place in Shenzhen. It's called Coco Park, which is kind of the be all and the end all of the night scene. If you want to go to like a fancy club or bar or something like that, you go to Coco Park. They had some very
Yeah.
expensive fancy bars and whatnot around there for foreigners, right? And well, for Chinese people too, but it's where people go to show off, right?
Yeah.
Just need to put that
Full
into
of lots of Russians that stab each other.
Yeah, there's
that's
well,
like a weird thing.
There was a lot of stabbings at that one bar there. I can't remember, but it was.
Why though? I always heard about it.
I know a guy who got stabbed, and he got stabbed because he was a piece of shit, and he would always cause trouble when he got drunk. So he would literally go, when he was drunk, he'd go to other people's tables and start talking shit to them or try to hit on their girlfriends and stuff.
I hate people like
Yeah,
that.
me too. No, he was an absolute piece of shit, and he got stabbed 7 times. He survived, and he lost a lot of weight. So everyone made jokes about the secret 7 stabs weight loss technique that he
Death by
learned.
1,000
Yeah,
stabs,
that kind
7
of like a
stab.
kung fu thing, you know.
7 stab weight loss technique.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, he lost a shit ton of weight.
I bet.
Anyway, the thing is, this is one of those places where, that's the nightlife place.
Yes.
If anyone asks you, where do you go out in Shenzhen at night if you want to go to a bar or a pub, or like where everyone hangs out and tries to look all cool and
Yeah.
that whole
Oh,
vibe.
I hate
You know that vibe?
Oh.
Yeah, where all the girls get all dressed up to the
Yeah.
nines and go there. So that's Coco Park. So the reason I'm bringing that up is a friend of mine, and this is actually his band I'm going to show you, used to go play there. Okay?
Can I preface that your friend is fine?
Yeah.
And I like him.
Yeah.
And he's not that bad of a bass player. He's fine.
No, and
But the band.
yeah, but bear in mind, this is the whole point of
Yeah.
this is, I went to go film him because it's kind of his upcoming journey of learning. By now, he's probably really good.
Yeah. No, and he's fine.
Yeah.
I think. But the band.
Yes, the band. And remember, the whole point of this is the context, because this
Yeah.
is the kind of band that maybe you should stick inside your garage.
You wouldn't go to. You know the place that. Never mind. It's
What?
too local.
Okay.
You know a certain place that we've been. A few times.
Yeah.
Those bands are 100 times better.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's middle of the woods.
Yeah, exactly. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Exactly, the woods
Like
band,
they're
yeah.
way better, right? You wouldn't. This band shouldn't even be playing in.
So
the
I mean,
woods.
think about I don't know, New York. What would it be like, Times Square or something? Or where's a Manhattan?
Yeah,
there'll be a
something like
place
that,
where people
yeah.
go hang out.
Sure.
And, go watch live music and
Right.
stuff. Think about it like top
Yeah,
tier.
yeah.
It's top tier. So for Shenzhen,
Yeah.
city of 16 million people, top tier for night entertainment.
Yeah.
There are bars and everything. There's a whole
the best.
bunch. Yeah. They went to go play in one of those bars, and so just thought I'd show you some of their musical prowess here. As a band. It's my friend is over here. He's a good guy. Yeah. big. When you're drunk, it's okay.
You see?
Okay, so
It's the for me.
yeah,
It's the audacity that you're playing in a premier spot in the premier location of one of China's premier cities.
yeah,
Because there are going to be very good local, like for example, we saw some rock bands in China with Chinese people fronting
Yeah.
them that were amazing.
Sure.
That will never get international exposure because they're in China,
Yeah.
but they were incredible.
yeah.
But they are playing alongside this.
What I'm trying to demonstrate by showing you that, by the way,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, if my friend happens to see this, I'm not trying to like shit on your band, but I mean,
No,
the
yeah,
fact,
for sure.
the
No,
fact
I think he's great.
yeah,
he's fine.
The thing is, it's the fact that you've got, you know, people performing to that level are allowed to be out there
Yeah.
in public, whereas everywhere else in the world they'd be shamed.
He doesn't strike me as the kind of person that orchestrated this idea. By the way.
No, but it doesn't even matter whether he
Yeah.
did or not.
Okay.
The fact that he was allowed to do that. It's
Right,
kind of like if
right.
it's allowing a drunk person to drive on the highway.
Yeah.
You know, you shouldn't, a drunk, drugged person who's like half knocked out and missing a
Yeah.
limb, and you're like, please go ahead and drive in amongst this kindergarten, you know,
Right.
on a high speed car.
Right.
You know, you just don't do it.
No.
Nowhere else in the world would you be able to pull that off, is what I'm saying. And so you get these foreigners who now, when you meet them at the bar, they're like, yeah, I'm part of a band, you know, we play
Yeah.
live. We play live in Shenzhen. We play at Coco Park. And you're like, whoa, that's impressive.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, it's that. You know what I mean? That's the problem, is these guys that make them big themselves up. You know what I mean?
Can we hear the call me part?
Sure. I'll bring it back.
I gotta hear the call me part again.
Okay, yeah, that's one of the best parts, isn't it? Okay, so it's going to be around about here. All right, let's
So you know,
get
guys,
back
know, it's
in.
like, call me. You know that
Yeah,
song?
yeah, it's by Blondie. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's hear. What is this one? Yeah.
That's a me hot moment.
Yeah, that's
Cat in a blender.
yeah. Either way, like
Wow. I mean, me and you are no star singers, but
No.
we are a hell of a lot better than that. And I wouldn't go on stage nowadays.
no.
So that's the crazy part to
Yeah.
me. You know what I mean?
It's like a packed bar full of people.
Yeah.
And just like there were a lot of people in that bar watching and drinking and chatting.
That's shocking.
And this is the live band, yeah.
Shout out to your friend though. I
Yeah.
think he's a good guy. I don't want him to take this the wrong way.
No, he
It's
won't-
just an
he won't.
example of how you got to admit there's a lot better like local bands that wouldn't get that same spot.
The thing is, like, he definitely got better. His band
Yeah, I'm
got
sure.
better, but they stopped playing because it started to get to the point that if you wanted to play live,
Yes.
you had to submit your lyrics and your playlist to the local censorship board in Shenzhen,
Yeah.
like the actual police.
Just like the Soviet Union.
Yeah, they had to go over everything that you were going to do, and then they would either approve or disapprove of the songs you can sing and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And you can never just do it. You have to,
No.
like, it was a process. So if you wanted to play Thursday night, it's Monday, you
Right.
wouldn't be able to because it takes like 2 weeks for the censorship board to go through your
Yeah.
crap.
Yeah.
So it just became too difficult. They stopped playing live. What a pity, I must add. But, you know, the thing is, that's what we're saying. In China, you don't need to be good at something in order to become big. But we thought we'd add like a real shameful one to this.
Oh, do you have more?
Yeah, I got a real shameful
Oh,
one.
you
Now-
didn't. I don't know about half of this stuff.
Well, okay, here's the thing.
Worried.
There was this guy. There was rumors around the expat circles that there was this foreign beggar. Okay.
Okay.
Now here's the thing: you get lots of beggars in China, right? But you don't get foreign beggars.
No.
Foreigners don't go
No.
to China to beg.
No,
First of all, like charity in China is very poor.
It's the least charitable country in the world.
Yeah, it's not a good place to be a beggar. But what this guy would do is he used to go between Hong Kong and Shenzhen,
On the border there.
and he used to beg, but he used to beg from other foreigners.
Oh.
So what he would do is he would approach.
What a gig.
Yeah, I know. This is not a cool guy. This is a scum guy.
This is like when you go. Okay, can
Yeah.
we say this?
Yeah.
We showed you the mountain to the top.
Yes.
Right. Of like cool guy, try hard foreigners. This is when you're at the bottom.
Yes.
Okay.
So what this guy used to do is he used to go and tell people that, he would try to play almost this racist card. He'd be like, these Chinese people stole my wallet,
Oh.
and I need 20 RMB or whatever so I can get a bus ticket, back to
Right.
wherever. Or you'd have some stupid story like this. So he'd play that. And then he also used to do random shit like, I heard these rumors, right? But then one day he actually approached me on the Shenzhen metro.
Oh, okay.
And he handed me a piece of paper,
Okay.
and it was written in German because he probably thought I looked German or something. And he had like,
I
you
get
could
that
see
sometimes.
it was grubby, right?
Yeah.
It's something that he's been
Yeah.
used a lot. So he obviously has like a whole, I don't know, Rolodex of different languages.
That happened to me in Europe. People would give me the German card because they thought it was German.
Yeah.
Because they learn like what different people look like.
Yeah.
He must have that
Yeah.
in his back pocket.
Exactly. So he had like all of these like grubby notes in different languages, and he'd hand it to you, and it would be the sob story of like,
Yeah.
oh, my wallet was stolen,
Yeah.
but in a different language. So he handed it to me, and I immediately realized it was this dude. So I said, I
The
don't.
one you heard about.
Yeah, and I'd seen him once before, I believe. Anyway, the thing is, so he handed this crap to me, and obviously I can't read German. I said, sorry, I don't read German. So then he gave me a sob story in English. I was like, oh, since you're here, let's, how about we make a little video together? So I just wanted to show you guys how the thought process for someone who's just been caught out, how they manage to like, worm their way out.
I vaguely remember you posting this. Like, let's use it.
So here he is.
We're gonna be in this together.
Yeah. So here I am. I've just been approached by a guy on the train. So how about you give an introduction? Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I work for the church. My name's Eric Sproul, and I'm looking to convert people to Jesus.
Okay, that's pretty interesting.
Open-minded to the Islam, Muslim, Buddhism, Hinduism, all the religions of the world. Everybody's got their own opinion, and
That's pretty cool.
have an open discussion.
That's pretty interesting. So it's quite interesting how he approached me. He handed me a card with German words written on it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And so you're just here working for the church and just hanging around the city.
Yeah. Just trying to tell people about Jesus.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, I wish you the best of luck.
Thanks.
So yeah, it's kind of interesting how he immediately went from give me money for my lost wallet
Yeah,
to
to
like
I'm a missionary.
yeah, I'm working for Jesus, but then he mentions Buddhism and Islam, and he's just scrambling. He was like, holy shit, I've been caught out.
yeah.
Now, the interesting thing about it is, okay, I followed him sort of discreetly I'll just take the noise out, to different stations, and I saw him like hanging out. See, this is a different station from
Yeah.
before. Hanging out on the benches there, and then he would get in the next train and go and try beg from other people, then get out again. So I followed him around for a long time. And because I took this footage, it was actually, they put his face and stuff around on like the foreign forums and things in Shenzhen to like warn people about this beggar guy. So,
Scamming people.
yeah, so I busted him.
Nice.
But he was a bad dude. He used to walk past people's at the restaurant and like just grab fries off the table and stuff like that. He'd do things like that.
So he's like kind of weird.
He was just like a freeloader,
Yeah.
weird foreign beggar. So yeah, we kind of went from the highs to the lows there,
It's kind of a downer.
I mean, yeah, exactly. That's bad. Anyway, again, I hope we got this point across, is that in China, You can literally be whatever you want to be, and nobody can speak your language. First of all, no one's going to question you. You're not going to.
It's not the guy from the stage, the bald guy with the corduroy guy.
No, corduroy guy was actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I spoke to him afterwards. He was kind of nice
Let
guy.
me tell you about corduroys.
Yeah, yeah.
He seemed nice, but like, what are you doing?
No, I
Talking
mean, his
about
whole thing was
100-mile mud
His
races.
whole thing was just like a nonsense thing. But he was no, he's a nice guy anyway. You know.
Yeah,
Who knows what he ended up doing in China?
Jesus wanted those fries.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it's this thing that you can really wipe your slate clean and be
Yeah.
whoever you want to be,
Yeah.
and you can tell people whatever, and they're not going to have anything to like measure it against, right?
Yeah, that's a good way to put it, actually.
Chinese person's not going to know whether you're telling the
No.
truth or not, so you can tell them whatever.
Also, the bar for just being entertaining or an important person is so low because you're from a foreign country, which makes you already super exotic.
Yeah,
It's a weird, dangerous combination.
it is.
And I hate it.
Me too.
I can't stand it.
Yep.
Don't try to be someone that you're not. Be genuine. Be yourself.
Yeah.
Ye zhuang bi, as they say in Chinese. Don't front.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, been wanting to use this title for years since like only.
This
You
looks
know?
awfully like Chinese espresso.
Yeah, similar type thing.
Look at this. Is a terrible title. I love that you used it. A new one. Vote now. So, what do we have today?
We have our vote clip.
I can explain it this time.
Yeah.
Because actually I know it.
Yeah.
It's awesome. This is a brawl, a Christmas time brawl of epic proportions. A sheer cacophony of nuts. Like, it's crazy how many people are fighting at the same time.
Sure.
But it looks like a family fight between maybe two families from
Yeah.
what we can surmise. And what I will say is that you expect something terrible to happen. So that's why you're going to vote.
Yeah,
I won't give it away.
yeah. It's
There are weapons involved. It's wild.
yeah.
And that's
But
why
of
you gotta
course,
vote.
we'll never show anything that shows serious bodily
no,
injury or anything. But just this is kind of what are we going to title it? Like,
I want to call it fruitless fight
okay, fruitless fight. Okay,
because let's be honest, it is a fruitless fight.
it's a fruitless fight. Yeah. So you get to vote whether or not you want to see the vote clip, and we do this every week just to kind of give you guys the choice. Do you want to see it or don't you want to see it? You know what I mean? Then it's on you.
Yeah, if the glitch hasn't been sorted out, if you're on Android, yes is not the first choice and no is the second choice.
Yeah.
You want to see the video? Yes or no?
Yep.
Fruitless fight.
Fruitless fight. Yeah, I suppose you could say that.
just
What?
as if the people are loved. I think people loved this episode
Oh, I'm glad.
because there are some very funny bits.
Well, I mean, the fact of the matter is, this is all real footage that
Yeah,
we filmed
yeah.
ourselves, right? There's
this
not.
is all real.
There's no like not our own
No,
footage.
no.
This is and you know we've encountered so much more.
Yes.
And I do have more.
Yeah.
But like there's some people that
Oh, we
like,
can definitely dig up more.
yeah, there's some people I just didn't want to throw
No,
under the bus.
no,
'cause,
we're not
like,
throwing anyone under the bus. I mean, they did what they did.
Yeah.
What they did.
Yeah,
It
it's
was a
true.
Public performance.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, and
I make fun of myself.
that's something you also have to realize is like, for instance, that idea exchange thing. They filmed it professionally too.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
had people.
yeah.
They had a person with an actual like TV camera to film it for the
Yeah.
local TV.
Yes.
They filmed the whole thing.
Yeah.
In fact, I know this because later they actually sent me the files of my speech.
Yeah.
They sent it to me because like it was filmed for the TV, local TV. So everyone was on local TV. Everyone was in the newspaper with their stupid speeches, acoustic beatboxing, whatever. There was a ton of boring crap there, by the way. And in fact, I don't think there was. I don't remember anything of value or substance. I'm just thinking back because usually you sit through there and you
I've
learn something.
Never, ever learned anything at one of those in China.
Yeah.
China.
Yeah.
I've been to many speeches and performances where I thought it was very interesting. I went to one. I won't tell you what it was, but I learned a lot.
Yeah.
And I retained that information. And then I used that information in conversations with other people.
Yeah.
I've never done that with any of these in China.
No,
Ever.
no. I mean, there's no point.
100-mile mud race.
Yeah,
dude.
exactly.
Gotta add mud.
Yeah, you gotta add mud.
I
you
just
gotta add
realized I'm
water.
gonna remove this
Okay.
because you gave me a green hat. You gave me a green hat.
No, you won the green hat. I didn't give it to you. I could have won it.
That was. Oh, that's true.
Yeah,
that's
It
true.
was up in the air.
See, the only person sleeping with my wife is this Christmas cracker.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's like a white dude
He's
with
a
an
white
ugly
dude
sweater on.
and he's got like a Santa hat. He's the Christmas
He's
cracker.
got cornrows.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll have to speak to my wife after this.
Yeah, exactly.
When I go home,
Who's
I'm
this
gonna be like,
Christmas
"Who's this
cracker?"
Christmas cracker. Yeah, you didn't give
Yeah.
this to me.
No, I didn't give it to you.
I
Yeah.
did win this fair and square. This
Yeah,
tiger.
this little tiger puzzle. Yeah, it's pretty obvious. Yeah.
The tiger puzzle rules, dude.
Yeah, let's see if I can get it.
It's very easy.
Yeah, it's not as easy as you think. There you go.
It
got
is. I did it.
Yeah. There you go.
We did it in about the same time.
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
So, what is it? Yes or no? Got a yes?
Yeah, by the way, some people were tuning in late. We did a Christmas cracker and I won. And so I won this cool tiger puzzle and I also won this crown.
Yes,
But
it's green.
unfortunately it's green and in Chinese that means that someone is sleeping with my wife.
Yes.
It means I'm getting cheated on. I'm a cuck.
Yeah.
And if someone gives you a green hat, that means they are the one doing it. Thankfully,
Yeah.
a Christmas cracker gave it to me.
If you're curious about that, apparently the legend goes that some, I don't know, some lord or some kind of emperor or
one of
someone
those old
important,
things.
someone important, his wife would give him a green hat to wear
Yeah.
when he went out, and that was a signal to her lover that she was available. So this other dude, on the
I
side.
actually didn't know that.
Yeah, he would see that the dude's walking around with the green hat. He's like, yes, and he'd like run off, and because that means that she distracted him, told him to go spend a lot of time somewhere, so give him a hat to wear. Yeah.
There was you just reminded me, there was a new foreigner that showed up at our school the first year I worked there, and
yeah.
he was from England. And we all convinced him we went to this big dinner at remember the Qingdao restaurants?
Yeah.
I went to one of those. It's like Hunan food with
Yeah.
beer on tap.
It's nice.
Really fun. Anyway, we all convinced him. Someone made a big green hat out of construction paper in the
Okay.
supply room, and convinced him that that's what that's what newbies wear. That's what you got to wear. And all the Chinese people were taking pictures of him and cracking up.
Yeah, I'm
because
sure.
we crowned him with
Yeah,
it.
with the green hat. Yeah.
It was pretty funny.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, 66 votes. That's plenty.
Okay.
With a yes.
Well, let's take a look at this and we'll see what happens. Now, this is kind of a rural dispute, you could say.
Yes.
So here it comes.
This is epic.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy.
I usually don't like fights, but this is so useless. This one.
Yeah. Hashtag Sky Don't Lie, by the way.
Oh yeah! Wow, look at that. And the Dracor.
Yeah. What's going on now? Dude's coming out with a hoe. He's
Yeah,
gonna
by the
try-
hoe.
Yeah. He's coming out with a hoe.
So this hoe has got two massive spikes and prongs on it.
Yeah.
And he uses the blunt side. Which
Oh,
is great.
yeah, which is good. Don't use the spiky side. That'd be bad.
He goes after. I like to know what happens here.
Yeah.
He's like chasing someone down a little bit. This Mao-looking dude.
Yeah.
Someone ends up using a shovel here. And also a garbage bin, like a sweeper.
Yeah, like a sweeper. Look, he goes in for the kill. He loses his hoe.
Yeah, he loses the hoe.
Yeah. Hey, get out of here. There's
the
the
garbage
yeah, the little Russian pants.
Oh, he's using his shield.
Somebody else is using his hoe against him.
Look, he flips it over. Did you see that? He flipped
Yeah.
it to the spike side, but he missed.
He missed, yeah. Chase him off.
People are starting to get tired.
Yeah, you can tell. They're like, okay, excitement's over. That
This guy's
dude's
on the
just
phone
chilling.
squatting.
Yeah, he's just phoning.
What a brawl.
Yeah, it's
They return the tools.
yep. Here he comes back with a hoe.
Literally nothing transpired. No
No.
one was hurt.
No one was hurt. Nothing happened. I
It
guess.
seems so intense.
Yep.
And they're just like, nah. And you know what? I bet an hour later they all drank Baijiu together.
Probably. Yeah. it
Nothing
looks like that.
happened.
Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous, wasn't it? Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that vote clip today. This is a rather ridiculous rural scene that you do get all over China all the time. And now it's time for Q&A. You're going to open up the Q&A?
Grade 3 looking sick. In front of the Schloss.
Yeah, the Schloss. Yeah, exactly.
That's our favorite. For all you Germans in our crowd, I know you got a couple. Our
Yeah.
favorite German word
Yeah,
is
Schloss,
Schloss.
yeah.
Because that is such a ridiculous name for a castle.
I know. Why would you call a castle a Schloss?
You know, when you play with your daughter or whatever, and you're like, oh, you'll be, I'll be the king, you're the princess or whatever
Yeah.
of the castle. Imagine you doing that in German. You're like, you are the princess of the Schloss. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
It
You
does
know,
sound
German
bad.
compound words are so long. A princess
Yeah.
is probably like a Schloss maiden or something.
It'll be something like that. Yeah, exactly. Schlossfrauen or something.
Yes. Anyway,
Schloss Uberfrauen.
yeah,
You know?
something like that.
Yeah, Uberfrau, Schloss Uberfrau. It's probably something like that. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So today we have a Q&A. of
Yeah,
course.
so we're going to open up the Q&A forum, and then
we have one slot open for topic suggestions.
yeah, we do. We'll tell you the topic suggestions after the Q&A. So let's get that going.
No, but in your question, you can pop in one.
If you
We
have
might
a
take
suggestion, please throw it in. And go ahead, guys. Ask us whatever you want. Remember, this is a VIP show.
one. Yes.
We love talking to you, so let's see what we got.
Yes. I'm just thinking of, yeah.
I got to look up what a princess
Well,
is.
I'll pull it up here.
Okay, you
I'll pull
can.
it up.
You going to do
I
it?
have it right here.
Okay. Yeah, but make it like a...
Oh, it's princess and
Oh, man, that's not so cool. Make it castle princess and see... Yeah, princess of the castle. What is it?
princess and
The
the Schlosses.
Schlosses. Yeah.
Plural of Schlosses, Schlosses.
Yeah, it makes
I
sense.
love that. Okay.
Yeah.
Nikki Super said, Winston, would you like me to be the cow? I'd like to ban that.
What? I gotta find it. This
Now,
one?
would you like me
This makes me
to be the
sick.
cat?
We gotta
That
keep
guy- that guy
reminding
makes
people.
me sick.
He's a terrible man. He's a
Sick.
You gotta make fun of these like despots.
I know.
It's like, you know, if you're fearful of Hitler, for instance, it's not gonna
Sure.
help. But if you make fun of him,
No, I'm not fearful of George Galloway.
I feel like you are.
No, he grosses me
Yeah,
out. Like,
that's-
because
yeah.
of what he stands for.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it grosses me out that people can be like that.
for sure.
That, like, congratulate Saddam Hussein and, like, worship, like,
Yeah.
Gaddafi
And work for
Hitler
Russian
and
state
whatever.
TV and Chinese state
Yeah.
media. Yeah.
Anyway, Shane says, were you all ever whackers? I don't know what that means.
Crazy.
Not really. Remember, Jesus loves everyone, even those without talent. Great show, you two. Thanks, Shane.
Yeah.
Turd Ferguson says, speaking of green hats, can I get a leprechaun?
Oh, you certainly can.
Is that me gold?
What the hell are you?
I'm a leprechaun, me dear. Here.
Been a
Jennifer
while.
Aniston never got over that interaction.
Sure.
Epic A Train says, Can you guys make a show dedicated to all the sound bites, where they come from and what episodes? I actually wanted to do that, and that's a good suggestion. Let's put that in our suggestions.
Yeah. Okay. It's gonna be
Because-
tough though.
No, and I think it's not, because we can ask help from the community as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
A
if
lot
we
of people
forgot.
can help
Yeah,
out. So it'll be like a sound bite
yeah. Extravaganza.
extravaganza, but it's also like where they, like what their meaning is.
Yeah.
We don't have to find the clip where they're from. We have to explain each one. I think that's important. Then anytime people want to know, they have like a master list.
Yeah.
Right? Or you can't say that anymore.
You can't say master list.
They'll
Is
have,
that
like,
so annoying?
I'm just making that
But they
up.
did. They're like in Apple. They took out master file. It used to be
Yeah.
used to export as a
And
master
and
file.
the cut tool.
Yeah, they took away the razor. They changed it to scissors. It's
They
like, come on.
literally, because we edit, right? We're editors.
Yeah.
And if you edit videos, they took out the razor tool because they said it promotes self-harm.
Yes.
So now it's called like the blade tool or something?
Well,
or-
yeah, no, it's just the scissors. I don't know
Oh,
what
it's
it's called
scissors.
now, but they changed the icon
Yeah.
from a razor blade to scissors.
And I guess you used to click master file because that's how you
Yeah,
get
that's
your
how you
final
export
file.
the master file.
Now it's like what? Like
export as movie or something. I
oh,
don't know,
okay,
like as
something
video.
that. Anyway,
Yeah, they've tried to get rid of the whole master-slave thing as well in like computer terminology,
That's
like
right.
an IDE master, IDE slave drive. You know,
Right.
that kind of, come on, guys.
can I get a hong hong or a super rare soundbite?
I'll give you a home.
Honorable Matisa.
Hong, hong, hong.
Yes. Okay, cool. What's next?
And it became relevant when he visited China.
Yeah, he did.
because it
He
was
did.
not relevant prior
Nope.
to that. Hope you guys had a great Christmas. Gonna get a long pig, Atlantean Guard.
You certainly can, and thanks. Yeah, I had a good Christmas. Just very chilled at home. You know?
Yeah.
Makes me irritate at the mention of pigback.
What is JMR's desk? We don't need to ask. We don't need to know that.
Yeah, we don't know.
All right, we'll look it up because
Yeah.
maybe it's funny.
Okay. Jungfrau means
He asked-
young woman.
He asked, "What is virgin in German?" I'm
it's-
just saying, why do we need to know
It's
that?
literally like young woman.
Yeah,
Jungfrau, right?
yeah. That's kind of weird.
Suppose
No.
it's accurate most of the time.
Yeah, I
right?
suppose. Yeah. Grass Puddle. I know Matt hates the cat, but can you cheer him up with long pig? Can we stop with the long pig?
I think we could get one more if it decides to play.
Makes me irritate at the mention of pigback.
awesome.
KT Ong says, with so many companies, factories, and shops closing down, why are there still so many coal plants being built? To power what? Well, they still have to make stuff.
Yeah.
The domestic economy's still going.
It's not only that. I think, you know how they've pledged to become carbon neutral by 2030 or whatever it is?
Yes.
I feel like that the whole idea of the 2030s, that's when they have to stop making or expanding their coal plants. I think they're like trying to build as many as they can before that date so that they can have so many, and by the time it reaches that date they can say, okay, this is what we're dealing with, and now we're going to start moving back. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, I think it's just like grab it while you can.
Yes.
That mentality. But look, they use it for everything. Don't forget, all this EV shit, like all these car batteries and things that are being produced in China require a lot of energy.
Yeah.
Everyone who thinks that they're saving the earth driving around in a Tesla or whatever, no, whatever your EV, to create that battery, especially in China because it's done in an inefficient manner, they burn so much coal just to make those batteries. That's just
good job.
one of
You
the
really
few things.
offset that.
Yeah, that's
you know.
one of the reasons why they do it. But everything that they do, all this massive building they do all the time, all these stupid mega projects which are just a waste of money that get knocked down before they're finished and rebuilt again, all require energy. So it's wasteful. It's just wasteful.
Acronis says, if the knockoff TED Talk doesn't work out, can you make a living as a busker in China? Nah, probably not.
Other than that beggar, I saw what are they calling back beggars?
Beg packers.
Beg packers. I saw them twice in Shenzhen as well,
it's
but that's rare. It's super rare, and it's usually because they've just been kicked out of Thailand or whatever, and they need to go somewhere else.
Correct. You'll see them in Yunnan sometimes.
Yeah, and they go there. You know the white guys with dreadlocks who sit there and they have like pictures and they like roll out a carpet. They got some photos and beads or something.
Yeah.
Trying to, you know what I mean? You know exactly what I'm talking about. Me too. I'm like, get the hell, go back to your drum circle.
Go beg back at home.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, they sometimes try to sell their photos, and I also filmed one of them once, and you could see how embarrassed they were because they're in China. They don't expect another foreigner to come up there. No. You know?
Dylan says, I acted on the Chinese show A Yongzhe Zongdongyuan. It's just Chinese Fear Factor in 2005. Were you guys ever on a Chinese TV show ever? I was on some local stuff. I did some commercials. I wish I had footage of it, though. I can't find it.
It's one of those things.
Yeah.
I appeared on Chinese TV a lot, and I did a modeling gig once where I was on some kind of TV show playing pool. I was the bad foreigner playing pool, and then the like handsome Chinese guy came in there and beat me at pool. Which was realistic because I suck at pool, so anyone could beat me at pool. Yeah, that's it. But I never saw it.
I never. Actually, I did see it. I don't know why or where it is though.
Okay.
It's bad.
Okay.
It's really cringe. I'd love to find it.
Yeah, it'd be fun to see.
Mateo Peterson says, have you guys watched Eternal Spring? It's an animated film on Vice's channel here on YouTube about Falun Gong's hijacking of public TV signal in 2002. I'd never heard of it before. Who knew? I actually think I did ages ago.
No,
I don't. I haven't seen it. I'm mixing it up with someone else. David Costa, great idea. Mononoke Hime fan says, is Japanese or Chinese harder to learn and why? Definitely Chinese because of the characters. Japanese has so many loan words and Chinese has almost none.
Well, Japanese has got the same characters.
You don't have to learn them.
And they're traditional.
You don't have to learn them.
It's true. You can learn hiragana and katakana.
You have to learn Chinese characters in Chinese.
This is true. Also, you don't have tones in Japanese.
Nope.
And that's
There's
the
a
thing.
lot of things that make Chinese harder.
Yeah, I agree. I would definitely say Chinese is a harder language to learn. And it's just harder to get into because of the tones.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And there's no loan word. Like, Japanese is literally English. I've come to the conclusion that half the language is just English
there's
loan words.
tons of loan words. But the thing is, you can look at hiragana and katakana and you can read it out.
Yeah.
Because every character has a sound.
It's an alphabet.
Yeah, which you don't have in Chinese.
Yeah.
You just have a character and you have to like know what that sounds like. You know?
It's a different mentality.
Yeah.
Mike Romanage says, why are there Western numbers and punctuation when I see written Chinese? It's just how it is.
But they do also use,
different,
but they'll have like a R, ling, ling, E, nian. So they use some zeros, for instance.
Sure.
They'll use. It depends. It depends. Sometimes they use Chinese numbering, and sometimes they use Western.
Yes,
and it's either or.
The period looks different, and the comma looks different.
Yeah.
It's like a circle.
Yeah.
Did you get anything fun for Christmas from Dragonelle? I did. I got some nice stuff. Some watch type accessories, which was nice. But anything good?
Yeah, I got a telescope.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah. And so I can look at the moon or look at the stars.
The what?
Oh yeah, I can look at the
moon.
It's not something I
A little
never
cold to
had.
be
but
camping
I think
outside,
it's
shooting the moon with the.
yeah,
I guess you could do it out your window.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not very practical to use right now, but I'm looking forward to actually getting some astrology things.
That's
kinda
cool.
Done. It's
I
kind
like
of
that
fun.
kind of stuff.
Yeah, yeah. Never had one growing up. So
Vilay Patel says, "Hey guys, hope you had a great Christmas. Thank you, Vilay. Are foreigners still going to China for English teaching jobs? They are at, I would say, less than 10% of what was before.
yes, it's much harder. It's a lot more of a hostile situation.
Yes.
But that being said, salaries are higher now
Way
because
higher.
there's very few. So
Yeah.
there's, if you're willing to put up with everything, you know, you can get a decent salary.
Yeah, I would not be going there for any extended period of time right
No,
now,
me neither.
just because of how bad it is.
Yeah.
Epic A Train. Also, this isn't a question. I'm surprised you guys didn't do the moon when your friend's band was playing.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, the
well,
moon.
I think they did it themselves. That was fun.
Yeah, it's similar. yeah.
Sorry, that was too on key.
Yeah. Yeah.
Turd Ferguson, do you know who'd stop that fight right quick?
Who?
The Austrian starfish.
Oh yes. Where is he? Where is he? Here he is.
He would.
He would if he's stepping in there, you know.
Yep. Lawrence Post says, how about a few ball sacks?
I'll give you one. Okay, how about that? I'll give you this classic.
Oh, classic is good. JMR's this. Oh, get out of here. I'm
What?
not. No. That was part of the joke.
What?
He had made a very.
What?
No, just a tasteless joke. Remember what he asked us before?
Oh
No,
yeah.
that's
Come on.
That's bad.
That's
low.
That's ridiculous.
Now I get why you asked us to translate that. That's bad.
Yeah.
Not good.
Yeah. Anyway, it's fine. it's
Yucky. That's yucky.
It's whatever. It's just it's a
Okay.
joke, dude.
These jokes were more at my speed.
Yeah.
These nice jokes.
I like these kind of dad jokes. They're so bad. But
Actually,
they're
yeah, I never
good.
liked ever since I was a little kid, like dirty jokes or whatever. It always made me feel like not uncomfortable, just like kind of like ugh. Yeah, I like cheesy dad jokes.
There's a time and a place. I think you
Yeah.
grow out of that stuff.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Entirely possible. Some
Yeah,
people
but-
don't.
Yeah. Yeah. Can I say something that
What?
reminded me of that?
What?
It's right in line with this. This is a perfect example.
Okay.
There was this kid that lived fairly close.
Okay.
Growing up, and my mom never wanted me to hang out with him.
Okay.
Because, they'd say like, oh, their family is whatever, I don't know. I'm a kid, right?
Yeah.
But of course, we'd all play like roller hockey and stuff together, and sometimes we'd go to each other's houses. And one time he was having a cookout in his backyard. And his whole family was there. And he's like, come on, get a hot dog or whatever. So I walked out back, and I was pretty young. And his dad goes, he's cooking on the grill. And he goes, lift up my apron. Because he has clothes on.
Right,
But he's
right.
wearing this apron, and there's like a flap over it. And you lift it up in this giant dong. This like foam dong with like shitty like tufts of hair glued to it. Pops up and it's like Kiss the Chef or something like that. You know what I mean?
no.
And everyone is cracking up, and the kids are cracking up. And I was like, what is this? And I was like, Mommy.
Yeah.
I don't know why my mom didn't want me to hang out
Yeah,
with
exactly.
this kid.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's just dumb. That's just dumb. Like I don't.
You don't do that to a kid.
No, not to a kid. That's
Come on.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Try to do that these days, he'd go to jail.
Different times in the 90s.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
exactly, yeah.
Oh my goodness gracious. Anyway, is there anything comparable to singing Christmas songs in China, like for Chinese New Year, the average Joe? There's no caroling, but you definitely sing Chinese New Year songs.
Yeah, the
They
toy
are-
dolls. In fact, people don't sing the songs. The songs are blasted at them through Bluetooth speakers. We'll talk about that near Chinese New Year.
Yes.
We'll give you more examples.
Yes. Balshazar, monthly gaming update. What have you all been playing? If anything, Baldur's Gate 3. And we're almost done.
Yes.
Almost done. It's amazing.
I played something called 13 Sentinels, which is really cool.
Oh, the anime game thing.
Yeah, it's like it's actually made by Atlas, the same people that made Persona.
Yeah, it's JRPG.
Yeah, and it's kind of a weird mixed stories all together,
cool.
but it's very cool. The art style's amazing.
Yeah.
It was free on PlayStation Plus. That's how I
I'm
found
definitely
it.
going to play that.
Yeah, it's
Looks
cool.
awesome.
13 Sentinels.
I always forget the name.
Yeah, check it out if you can. I think it's cool.
Nice.
Great story.
Nice. Still learning how to use the Q&A. David, come on. David, you got this. See?
Yeah.
I can read it. I can't imagine living in cities with that high level of pollution. Do people just ignore it? I think it's bloody outrageous and preposterous.
It is. It's
It's
I don't have
preposterous.
the-
You have to
Outrageous.
ignore it. I mean, like you can't
you get
do anything.
you get used to it, but it wears on you, man. Like
Yeah.
that's the thing. It's just one of the people. It's became normal. I remember in China, it's normal to have an air purifier in your room, in your house. You're right there.
Yeah, sorry, it's
Where
like
you
money.
clean the filter every once in a while, it's black.
Yes, it's disgusting.
You know the whole wearing a mask thing as
Yeah.
well. That was normal too, but not because of COVID. I'm talking years before
Yeah,
COVID.
yeah.
Especially if you live in a place like Beijing. I remember every time I visited Beijing, I was like, what the hell? Everybody who's out on the streets wearing a mask because the pollution is that bad.
Yeah.
And you get used to it, but it's disgusting that when you think that humans have to get used to that level of depravity, really. It's
Yes.
so bad.
Yeah.
You're destroying your health, your family, everything living there. And hey, it's just normal.
Austin Bruce says father-in-law called she evil the other day. It's preposterous. Please tell us the DiCaprio joke. You will never,
Never, never, no, never.
ever hear that joke. And it's not because you did anything wrong.
No.
It's not because we don't respect you guys.
Yeah.
You just can't.
It's one of those things like if I'm super drunk one day and you ask me and it's not on the show, then yeah, you can find out. Anyway.
Yeah, not happening though.
No.
Don't try to weasel it out of us. It's
No.
not happening. Why did you have to remind me of that? Because that's all I can think of.
Yeah, I know, me
I
too.
feel like it might happen by itself one day.
Yeah, you never know. You
by
never know. It
accident.
might just happen. Yeah.
Belshazzar says, "What did you eat for Christmas?" You know, a
Yeah.
little bit of this, a little bit of that. Yeah, I had ham. Had some vegetables. I
Yeah.
made a casserole out of sweet potatoes, which is really good.
Oh, nice.
It was really tasty.
Cool.
I had a bunch of sparkling juice. I also had a funeral right before Christmas Eve. Belshazzar,
That
is a,
sucks.
not only is that sad, that is a very strange sequence of events.
I'd say.
You drank a bunch of sparkling juice for
Yes.
Christmas, and you had a funeral before Christmas Eve. My condolences.
Yeah.
What's
that's
the
horrible.
sparkling juice, though?
Yeah, exactly. What does that have to do with anything? Anyway, hope you enjoyed it. Not the funeral, obviously.
Yes.
The sparkling juice.
Juan Brown says, we are well aware of Winston's disdain for gnomes, but how about his thoughts on elves? Elves are much better.
Yeah,
than
I don't
gnomes.
mind elves, but if you're talking like Lord of the Rings elves,
Yes, that's
fantasy, I like those. I don't
Yeah.
like those stupid Santa's helper type.
Oh, okay.
You know, little
Yeah.
little shoemaker, little looking. You know what I'm saying? Those little.
You hate these little...
Yeah, just
these little
annoying
dudes.
little things. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not my thing.
Like, you probably hate Gulliver's Travels.
No, that's fine because they're just little people.
Oh, okay.
They're not like weird, you
Oh, okay.
know.
Interesting.
You have to understand, right? There's a certain art style that goes along with those cutesy type kids, gnomes and elves, especially in South Africa. I don't know what it is, but Afrikaans people love that shit, right? They love it. So you'll go around and you'll see, like kindergartens and stuff will have that horrible art style. Like Woutersnote.
I know, you've shown me
Clear
this, yeah.
School or whatever. It's got this horrible gnome elf looking shit. And it's in this, it makes me want to puke. When I see that art style, it's just so
yeah, I
bad.
can picture it. It's that very European, like...
Yeah, it's like, you know, like how,
kids show.
you know, like European games on like Amigans that look like shit, right? But it's like that, but worse. Because now it's
theory.
Afrikaans.
We have this theory, Winston and I, that like European video games and actually just
Yeah.
entertainment in general has this certain aesthetic that is
Yes.
very off-putting to
It's
other
very
countries.
like rounded off and
Yeah.
you know, like smooth. It's a very weird.
What's that one game that amplifies this perfectly? That like embodies this, I should say.
I don't know. What?
That one that's that little, not Little Big Planet. It's little something. It's
What
like
is
a
it?
3D one. It's like
oh, it's Little Big.
World or something.
Yeah, what the hell is it called? Little Big Story.
I got it.
What's it called again? It's terrible. What is it called again? Yeah, exactly. And I showed it to you. I introduced
Yeah,
it
that's
to
Little Big Adventure.
Little Big Adventure. Yes.
If you Google Little Big Adventure,
Watch the cutscenes.
that's so European.
Yeah.
We call things European based on that aesthetic.
Yeah, that aesthetic. But the South African Afrikaans gnome elf thing
Yeah.
is just horrible.
Right.
It's just I don't know how to explain.
It's very specific, but I totally get it. Because
Yeah.
it's kind of a Dutch thing, too. It's kind of
Yeah.
like it's like a 70s, 80s European vibe.
Yeah, and it's got
weird.
like the Lever Hexy and
Yeah,
all
yeah,
that
yeah.
like puppet stuff,
Yeah.
and it's just like I just want to vomit when I see it. I don't
It's
know
a
what
bad
it is.
vibe.
Yeah, it's super bad. So that's why I don't like those.
That's Juan Brown. You came up with a very big talking point for us. George Hazard, what's the weirdest video game you played in China? Probably Hong Kong 97.
Yeah.
Played it there.
Yeah, remember we played all those like knockoff games? We made a video about it. You can
Yeah,
find
go
it
look
on
those up.
ADV China, I think.
Yeah.
We played like all these weird, they like what was it?
It's called
like
Mario 99
10
or
or
something,
something,
yeah.
and it's like, oh, whatever. You can look it up
Yeah.
on ADV China, yeah.
Turd Ferguson says, I'll recap the China show and Xiaoban Ho sometimes, and my daughter now says, wow, so good all the time. That's funny.
Oh, good.
Wow, so good.
It's
Yeah,
a good
we gotta play that more. Actually, we've been slacking on that. Yeah.
JMR's desk says, no more lewd jokes for him. He said, lifetime supply of Baijiu for the Leo joke. No Leo joke.
Sorry.
And I don't want Baijiu.
No.
Give us something better.
Yeah, that's a bad incentive.
It's a bad bribe.
Yeah.
Doc Slothington says, just place 13 Sentinels in small doses. It gets so complicated and confusing, it's better that you don't rush through.
I disagree. Because if you don't play it, I rushed through and I finished it in a week or so. Just playing after hours, like before bed or whatever. And if you don't play it in one go, it's so complicated that you'll lose the plot and you won't know what the hell's going on.
See, now I don't want to play it because I don't like complicated.
Well, it's
in video games.
You try it out. You'll like it.
All right.
You'll like it.
I don't want some weird arcs going all these different ways.
You got to play it. You'll see.
All right,
It's
all
very engaging.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay, let me close the Q&A.
The Q&A's done. So now we got to put up the topics for vote.
Yeah, we do have 4 now.
Let's do it.
I'm just gonna make sure everyone managed.
What is it?
I'm just making sure everyone managed to not.
Okay, everyone got a question in. Hopefully you all got your questions in, guys.
Welch's sparkling juice is really good. Oh, okay, that's what you meant. I'm just catching up on people.
Okay.
Okay, so we are going to put in
our topics.
The poll. Yeah, for our topics. There are 4 suggestions. The first one will be the soundbite meanings. So it'll be every soundbite and where they come from. We'll explain them all.
Yeah.
It'll be a fun one. And it'll be not a master list. What do we say? Can't be a master list.
No, I don't know. It'll just.
I'm saying master list.
A big list.
Okay, it'll be a big list that you can share around to other Xiaoban Hos.
A legend.
A legend. It'll be a legend of every soundbite and their origin. So then people new to the show, it'll be a really good incentive for them to join Xiaoban Ho.
Sure.
Or you can share it with them. We won't mind that.
Yeah.
We might even make that one public.
Yeah. Maybe.
Funniest Chinese fakes, which was we've covered like funny T-shirts with bad English, but there's fake products that are hilarious.
Yeah.
Like really bad. You remember we had
we did that with Newsom.
surprise one. Yeah, but we had a surprise one in the last show.
Which
remember
one?
The Doiso or whatever.
Doisod or whatever. Yeah, instead of Adidas. Yeah.
That kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Gas station snacks, which is still in the rankings.
Yeah.
Ultimate list. That's a good one.
Yeah.
A Little Big List.
Yeah. Little Big List. Yeah. Man, Little Big Adventure. That's some bad vibes.
Yeah, that's so European though.
That's like, I love that whole era of computers with CD-ROM just coming out and stuff, but that is just bad.
Yes.
Talk about a bad aesthetic.
Oh, it's just the European aesthetic.
It's
It's
bad.
a thing.
Yeah, I know, but that's
there's a lot
so
of
bad.
games like that. There's that one of that little wizard dude or whatever, and
which one?
I don't know. It's like some whole series that was popular there. Sometimes I'll watch YouTube videos and it'll
You're
be
not
like,
talking
Cal-
about Simon the Sorcerer, because that's
No.
good.
No. It's like some blue hat dude or something. Not that.
Okay.
It's a whole thing. It's got like a French name. You know what I'm talking about? It's 2 dudes or whatever. 2 little dudes.
It's not Dizzy, is it?
No.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. And there's David the Gnome and.
Yeah, but that's
Anyway, my point is, I'll sometimes watch YouTube videos and it's like PAL only games, and they all have that European vibe.
Oh, dude, I got to show you something after the show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're on Android and for some reason it's not working, we have number 1. The next topic to vote on will be the meanings of all the sound bites. We'll play the sound bite and we'll show you where it's from.
Yeah.
Or tell you where it's from. Very useful video. Number 2, funniest Chinese fakes, fake products, fake brands, the most hilarious ones we've seen recently.
Yeah.
Still rampant across China. In fact, I don't think it's ever slowed down.
No.
Number 3, gas station snacks. It's the bad food you get in Chinese gas stations, way worse than American gas stations, and we can get our hands on some. Horrible, especially with the recent food scandals. Kind of don't want to eat that, so please don't vote for that.
Sure.
Number 4, you laugh, you lose Chinese humor. We find the clips that are going viral in China currently, and we see if they make you laugh. It's an interactive show. We poll you to see if they made you laugh. It's a challenge.
Exactly. So now you know. Now you can vote And that'll be what the next show is all about. Because remember, this is all about you guys. We want to give you what you want. So
Yes. Oh, and Asterix and Obelisk. That's European. That's super
Asterix and
European.
Obelix. Yeah, but I like that one.
But it's European.
Yeah, it is.
I
Asterix
didn't
and
say
Obelix.
it has to be
yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
It's European.
Yeah, that is European. I used
that
to,
vibe.
I used to read those when I was young.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
And Tintin.
George Hazard says, "Why is You Laugh You Lose always come back, even though it's so often in last place?" That's because we only had one replacement topic today. That's why. If we have a replacement topic, if we have enough good ones, then we'll bump down the loser of the last episode.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Wow, it's really neck and neck, guys. So again, just to remind you, soundbite origins, I should have called it, is number 1. Number 2 is funniest Chinese fakes. Number 3 is gas station snacks, and number 4 is You Laugh You Lose Chinese humor.
Yeah.
Vote on your favorite. It's neck and neck. I'll wait until 60 votes,
Right.
as per usual.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you guys gotta vote? Like, okay, I get it, right?
What?
But some people hate us because they're like openly like a possible person.
Yeah.
Too late. I'm in for the gas station food. We just said we don't want to do it, so don't vote for it. We don't want to get sick.
Yeah,
you
I
want us
mean-
to be sick?
You can. I don't mind.
I don't want maggots.
Yeah, sure. Well, we'll be careful.
Yeah. Maggot me will sneak up on you, dude.
Yeah, well, absolutely. Will.
It could be
You're
in a
right.
bite.
It could be.
I did bite something last year that had maggots in it. I didn't know until
Oh, okay.
after I bit it.
Yeah. Oh well.
It was horrid.
You shouldn't have done that.
It was a piece of fruit.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was not good. It was not good.
I remember in China, like very often you'd bite into cockroaches in southern China, because they would always, they'd be crawling around the kitchen, the wok or whatever. The breath of the dragon would like knock them off the wall into the wok.
That is such a specific thing that is so relatable.
Yes.
Because you guys got to understand, Breath of the Dragon is when they'll have cooking alcohol inside of the wok and they'll go, and
Yeah.
that flame will creep up and then ignite the alcohol as it vaporizes.
Yeah.
And that's called Breath of the Dragon. That's why Chinese food has such a specific, awesome flavor to it.
Yeah.
It's that kind of like, almost like a grilled flavor in a way
Yeah.
that you don't get in other cuisines.
Mm-hmm.
And there are so many cockroaches in China that
Yeah.
they'll lick that flame.
Yeah,
will
that
lick
flame will
them
lick it off the wall.
and
Dude,
go in the.
it was always fried rice. I would
Such a-
always
such a
get
thing.
freaking cockroaches in fried
It
rice.
just blew my mind with how specific and how
Yeah.
accurate that
It's
is.
so annoying, dude.
It's so annoying.
Yeah.
The lick of the
Yeah.
cockroach.
Yeah, the cockroaches, because they'll crawl on the wall, they'll.
Yeah, and it
they'll
will
end up in-
singe them.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're not even dead all the way.
No, and they just end up in the fried rice.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. It happened to me, no joke, it
Such
happened
a
to me
thing.
3 times. And one time it was in a rice omelet at a Chinese fake Japanese
Yeah,
restaurant.
yeah,
You know
yeah.
the rice omelet?
yeah.
So I couldn't
Omelet
see.
rice.
Yeah. Bit into it, and there's half a cockroach left.
I've gotten half a cockroach many times.
I'm just not into that.
No.
Like, that's just not okay.
They obviously the flame licked to the cockroach for
Yes,
sure.
absolutely. And
That's
I never went
that
back
could be like
there
a
again.
merch artist rendition of merch or something.
Yeah,
It's
like
that
a
flame
and
licking the
with
cockroach.
cockroaches falling down like a tidal wave into the freaking. Yeah.
You know that Japanese wave
Yes,
painting? It's
yeah.
like that with fire.
The Great Wave, but it's
Yeah.
like fire with cockroaches. Oh man.
Dragonella,
What-
we won't make you
Yeah.
do that, but that would be
Yeah.
such a funny, amazing piece of art.
Yes.
Anyway.
Yeah, I've got the mental image.
Me too.
Anyway, it's amazing.
Anyway,
Yeah.
we have 3 votes left, guys. Please vote. We don't know what you voted for, so don't feel embarrassed.
Yeah. Do what you need to do.
I reckon You Laugh, You Lose Chinese Humor is definitely knocked off the roster this time.
Yeah, it looks like it's the end of the road for that
Yeah,
one.
we've given it lots of opportunity, and it's also a little bit of our soft power because those are really fun to do. But clearly, you guys don't want.
No,
that. You
they
just want
don't
to
care.
eat maggot meat.
No, they don't care about it. It's fine. I get it. I mean, it's like it's a
Sure.
bit of a trope. It's a bit old now.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's like
though.
it's circa 2018 YouTube, isn't it?
Yeah, that's true. That's
Yeah.
true. Epic A Train says, if you haven't voted, vote for number 1. This is something the community needs. He probably
Oh.
wants to use this soundbite.
This is our best choice.
He wants to vote for the
This is
soundbite.
definitely what you want, I assure.
I wonder if that will sway anyone.
I don't think so. All right, let's call it. What are we
Okay,
at?
We got 2 more.
2 more votes? Come on,
Yeah.
guys, you can do it. Just 2. That's 1 + 1.
So simple.
Yeah.
Sometimes naive.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on, guys, finish the votes. We had a great turnout today. Hurry up.
I hopefully we will have the extra votes right now.
Come on, guys. Let's do this.
Yes.
One person came in.
Oh, good.
And they withdrew it, and then put it back.
I withdraw this truth. Yeah.
All right, I am going to call it now. It's pretty much 50. It's 59 votes. It's not going to sway either way now.
Yeah.
Funniest Chinese fakes.
Okay.
So we actually had Soundbite Meetings was number 2.
Okay. Well, that'll stay in the running.
That'll stay in the running for a little while.
I like the idea of the fakes ones because that's pretty freaking hilarious.
That's good
anyway.
too.
Yeah.
So I'll pop it in there, but we are going. I'm going to delete it right now. You Laugh, You Lose is done.
It's
That
gone.
is done.
Yeah.
Dunsy. Dunzo, as they say.
Cool. No, they don't. No one's ever said Dunzo.
They say Dunzo.
Really?
Hey, don't make me pull everyone right at the end.
No, we're not gonna. Okay. Well, guys, thank you once again for joining us. It's been fun, and we love these VIP shows. That,
Yes,
you know,
I didn't
just-
want it to end. That's why I was dragging it out.
As we always say, guys, you are our most important audience, and you literally are. If it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't be able to continue to do what we do. So thank you for your generosity.
Yes.
We can't wait to see you during the week. Obviously, we'll see you on Friday.
Yeah.
And both of us are going to put out a video probably near the end of the week, also Friday,
Yeah.
Saturday, something like that. But you'll see videos from us too. So have a good one. Can't wait to see you, and I'll cut myself off. Let's do it. 5. Oh, yeah, and stay awesome. 4, 3, Welcome, everybody. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
It's Shaban Ho time.
It is. You
Our
hoes.
favorite time of the week.
It's a good year. It's gonna be a good year. 2024. You think so?
Yeah, I mean, every year is a good year.
Yeah, we were actually just talking about something.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about the song Black Hole Sun.
Yes.
You know that
Yeah.
song Black Hole Sun?
Yeah.
Grunge song, right?
Yep.
That song is 30 years old.
It's 30 years old.
I know that's very specific, but it hurts because I remember when that came out.
I was 14.
Yeah, I was like like 8, but still I remember it.
So it was like
on the radio.
high school times for me, and so it was like the cool, edgy, grungy kind of thing. Anyway, that's life, you know. We move on, and
That was 30 years
30
ago.
years ago, yeah. Anyway, we got a fun one for you today. Speaking of New Year, we thought we'd show you a little bit of the New Year celebrations in China. Now, of course, China has its own special New Year holiday, which is, you know, very different to the actual normal New Year that everyone else celebrates. But people still celebrate New Year.
Oh, it's a big thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just not the Chinese stuff. It's like other stuff.
Yeah.
It's like fireworks and stuff.
Yeah, it's not a holiday or anything, but people go out and they watch fireworks and they have fun, just like, you know, most places around the world.
Yeah.
So I thought I'd show you the spectacular fireworks that were arranged for the New Year celebration in both Shenzhen and I think the other one is, I don't know, Xi'an or something, another big city.
Okay.
Let's take a look. So San R-E, that's like 3,
I
2,
think,
1.
Yeah, people probably could guess that.
Just in case.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's keep going. Happy New Year.
Wow, look at those.
Everyone's got their cameras out.
Those are amazing. Wow.
And his watch has got a little firework thing. So
That's incredible, dude.
Well, here's Shenzhen Coco
You can
Park.
almost smell the gunpowder in the air.
Yeah, remember we actually spoke about Coco Park last week?
We did.
And this is Coco Park, and I've been at Coco Park when they've had a New Year celebration.
Yeah.
And where they had fireworks and everything. So people are looking forward to this. By the way, they put out adverts to celebrate New Year in Coco Park, and in the adverts it shows these massive fireworks going off and everything, right?
By the way, if you want to see cool fireworks in China, go to the countryside or a smaller city.
Yeah.
It's way better than the big cities.
Sure. Anyway, let's take a look.
Let's see. Wow. Look at those are gorgeous.
Yeah.
They really went all out. For
Oh,
that.
yeah.
It's so
anticlimactic.
So freaking funny to do it without the intended purpose.
Yeah.
To just show it. It's so funny.
Well, I mean, here's the thing, though. They were lied to because all the adverts and everything say come and, you know, enjoy the New Year festivities type thing.
Yes.
Showed fireworks. They were supposed to be fireworks, but they weren't.
Gary McBrien says virtual 5G AI fireworks
Oh, yeah.
is what those were.
I bet
More
you-
like imaginary.
Dude, I bet you if you look on the TV coverage, they'll show it.
Yes.
You know, like they did with those Asia Games.
Oh, of course.
They'll be like
What do you mean you
fireworks.
bet? Of course, that's what it was made for.
Here's another place where the people were told just before that the fireworks and stuff had been cancelled. So they're all pissed off. Anyway, so thought we'd talk about fireworks for a minute here.
Yes.
Illegal in most big cities in China. Now,
Doesn't matter.
you still get them.
Yeah.
Fireworks are horrendous in China. Like, okay, when it comes, no, like normal.
But it's
yeah,
fun.
Yeah, it's fun. New Year as a New Year, you might have fireworks on the night, but around Chinese New Year, fireworks are non-stop, 24 hours a day. You know those firecrackers, those really loud ones that echo off all the buildings? 24 hours a day, pretty much, because in Chinese tradition, you have to let those off to scare away the bad spirits. So try to sleep during the Chinese New Year, the like week before and after. Just try.
I told you this before, but like it gets out of control.
Mm.
Like there were people that were laying down those giant ones that blow up in the sky, not like and they were shooting them at each other.
Yeah.
One guy that was in my family literally got his pants burned off, and we were hiding behind like trash cans and stuff to watch. It was so scary.
It is.
It's
yeah.
terrifying.
Yeah, it can be crazy.
Can you imagine the amount of injuries in emergency rooms in China?
Oh, there's a lot. Anyway, so of course the government has cracked down on fireworks ever since I got there. In the big cities anyway.
Just doesn't matter though.
No, but they still do it. Like you could still go and buy it, but the people selling fireworks, they kind of have a cloth, and then like if cops come, they just like quickly wrap it up. Anyway, now we've got some interesting stuff here. Here's a guy. He's walking with an unlit Roman candle on the bridge. That guy.
Yeah, I see it.
The people are like, run, the cops are coming. Off he goes. Yeah. Yeah. And here the cops are working overtime. I do think this is in probably Beijing or wherever, but they've confiscated. You can see like they confiscated all these fireworks from people. But here's where there's some successful firework action.
Let's see.
They're shooting it at the police car.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
They're shooting them at and it's YouTube, chill out. It's shooting it at a stationary car.
Yeah.
It's not a human.
Yes.
It's a car. Chill out.
I think it's pretty funny.
They went after me one time when I showed people shooting fireworks at each other. They age restricted my video.
Oh, that's so annoying.
But this is a car.
It was from another car, by
Yeah.
the way.
These are two cars. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Now this, by the way, went legendary. This happened actually the night before New Year's Eve. Okay, watch this.
Whoa. God. There's not really police chases.
No,
in
that's
China,
the
so
weird
this
thing.
is
This is
novel.
like this is incredibly novel. They obviously a couple of guys on an electric scooter. Okay,
Yeah.
souped up electric scooter.
He's
they-
ripping.
Yeah, you know what? They probably fired something at the police car, and so the police car chased him. Because in China, that's a weird thing. The cops, traffic cops, they never chase people.
No.
If you break a traffic law and they're not like, if they don't have like a blockade to stop you, they don't care.
You made it.
Yeah.
Like if you get through the blockade, or you find a way around it, they're not coming after you.
No, they're not. Yeah. So in this case, they must have really pissed them off. But this kind of became legendary, this little thing, because they're going.
That guy is ripping.
Yeah. Yeah. So in this case, they must have really pissed them off. But this kind of became legendary, this little thing, because they're going.
That guy is ripping.
Yeah.
So he's shooting him off the scooter.
Yes.
Pretty epic.
So because it went viral, and that was in Jiangxi, I think. So in Jiangsu here, somebody tried to replicate it the next night on actual New Year's Eve.
They're still shooting the guy.
They're shooting around,
Go back to the beginning of that. I just want to say.
Sure.
Because he's like mid-shot.
Yeah, they come
when
and
they
grab
him.
Yeah, I'll go from here
Okay.
so we can see.
That's pretty epic.
Yeah, that's cool.
Not condoning. That's just,
No,
it's
it's
pretty
just
epic.
it's
I like how he doesn't try to take off because he can get away.
Yeah, he could.
But they get him like mid-shot.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
He could have gotten away with that.
he could have, but he didn't.
She should have just necked it.
Yep. I like the music.
Yeah, you gotta love that. My ears tune it out because that's all you hear around China is like that generic happy hardcore. What is it called? Like techno.
Techno, yeah, it's techno.
And I just drowned it out.
Yeah.
No, it's not there.
So here somebody's letting off some fireworks in a square here, and you know, let's see what happens. Here come the cops. So jihad, bro. Gotta get out of there.
I've never seen the cops run like
Nah, me neither.
this. They're stepping it up.
They must have had a huge like bulletin put out.
Yeah.
Like this year we're gonna clamp down.
Yeah.
Because you know, having lived there for so long, we've never seen them take it that seriously.
No, they have the law and the rules, but they don't do anything.
No,
about
but it seems like this year they really have. I
Huh.
wonder why.
I wonder why.
It's weird.
Must have something to do with like maybe air quality or sky, the way the sky looks or something. I don't
It could
know.
be that. By the way, and I didn't put it in here, I was saving it for the show, but both Beijing and Shanghai are just horrendous today.
Yeah,
Like horrendous. People can't breathe. It's so bad there
Yeah.
right now. Anyway, just thought we'd throw in a classic Spitfire for you all for the start of the new year with a traditional Chinese kung fu over here.
How do they get so much spit? Because there's nothing there. It's just air and noise.
I feel like they run out. That's why they're doing ptwee. They
Yeah.
make that noise to kind of, I am spitting at you whether something comes out or not, you
Right.
know?
不要抢我婆的，不要抢我，你干啥？你要打我，你知道吗？你不要抢我婆的，我推你！不要推我！你刚才不是推我呀？咋了？不要推我！不要推我！你推！
He did a. Did you see the spin combo?
Spin, yeah. He spun.
It's just air and noise.
I feel like they run out. That's why they're doing ptwee. They
Yeah.
make that noise to kind of, I am spitting at you whether something comes out or not, you
Right.
know?
，He did a. Did you see the spin
The
combo?
spin, yeah. He spun around and spat. The other guy's more business, you know, he's actually spitting.
Yeah. I like his like fur jacket.
Yeah. Anyway, speaking of fireworks, this is actually footage of us. Where are we again?
Liaoning or something.
Liaoning, I think, yeah. So,
Gas.
yeah, you know, doing the teapot thing. And just randomly, there was no occasion for it, but just randomly, we were in this very industrial area, and we rode through a little checkpoint thing, and then look, there were these fireworks.
There's no one hanging out.
There's no one there. There's no reason.
There's like
Nothing.
a guy just.
Yeah, look, there's like a person walking on the side of the road there.
Yeah. In a truck stop.
Yeah.
We're like, well, this is fun to get gas. Like we're literally pouring gas, and we're like, what's that?
Yeah,
Right
yeah.
there, no occasion.
No occasion. I guess the guy just had some extra fireworks he wanted to set off. I don't know, but it was kind of cool because we're right in front of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
So
was a very dark area, so it illuminated everything. But it was
Yeah.
literally like right there, like very low.
yeah,
No one watching.
no one. We were the only people watching it except the guy setting it off.
Yeah.
Which is very strange, and it was on
So
like the
weird.
side of a road as
He was
well.
just bored.
Yeah, yes, he really was just bored letting it off.
It's quite a grand display for just like wasting it for no occasion.
Yeah, because
though.
there was no
No.
occasion.
No.
There was no reason to do that.
No.
Yeah, but so that's why I filmed it. I'm
At
like,
the
yeah,
gas
we gotta.
station.
Yeah, it's like we may as well film this since. Yeah, anyway, you get the idea. A bunch of fireworks going off. Anyway, let's get on to the topic. So the topic is, of course, these fake brands that you get out of China.
Yeah, so before we get started, I just wanted to say something about that before
Yeah.
we set the scene.
Sure.
I want to preface this by saying there's been a transition of how China's tried to get rid or shed the image of having counterfeits and fakes.
Yeah, basically a nation of knockoffs.
Because that's the whole thing, is that if you go back to the 90s, early 2000s, everyone talks about China like that's just the country that makes all the fake cheap stuff.
Yeah, it
right?
makes
Made
all
in
the
China
knockoffs, yeah.
sucks. And then when they're not making cheap plastic toys.
Yeah, and then it's
for
like
Happy
fake
Meals,
Nikes and
it's fake
you know, that type
Nikes,
of
fake
thing.
whatever.
Yeah, fake LV bags.
Yeah. So you look at the Chinese government and their kind of effort to get a new image, right? Kind of like what Japan and South Korea did. They want to
Yeah.
have this idea that hey, maybe made in China is not that bad, and we have our own innovation, our own
Yeah,
companies
yeah.
and stuff. And manufacturing's come a long way. They've
Correct.
really tried. They call it Made in China 2023 or whatever. Like they've
Mm-hmm.
tried this to push this high quality image. And from what I've seen, they've tried to push through legislation that says like there's more harsh penalties for companies that are copying foreign goods because the Chinese government wants to attract more foreign investment. They want factories to set up there still. Their whole lifeblood of their economy is manufacturing cheap goods.
Yes.
So if you take that away and companies are too scared to do business in China anymore because their stuff keeps getting knocked off and they lose billions, trillions of dollars in intellectual property, then there's no incentive to keep going. You're going to move
Sure.
it somewhere else where you can actually micromanage, right? If the government's not going to take it seriously, then why would you do
Yeah,
business there?
agreed.
So I think too many people and the internet, too many people have been burned, and the internet has been able to be a platform where people can say, hey, I'm not doing business here anymore. Scare people off, right? I thought that would mean that the counterfeit stuff would have at least gotten less prolific. And in my research, I will say it is probably more prolific.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's a bunch of nonsense, and they've done this a couple of times
Yeah.
where, you know, like the World Trade Organization
Yeah.
or like international bodies will say to China, listen, this is not okay. You're breaking the rules
Yes.
against copyright and stuff, and you're getting all these special trade deals and things,
Yeah.
and it's not compatible. You're not allowed to break these rules.
Yeah.
Then the Chinese government will say, okay, we're going to introduce harsh penalties. We're actually going to clamp down on counterfeit. And all the international organizations, they take their word for it. And they're
Yes.
like, okay, then
Yeah.
we're not going to fine you. We're not going to. But guess what? They just say something. They never do it.
Yes.
One thing I can say for certain, though, is, you know, because I've been getting into all this watchmaking stuff, right? And there's a big part of the watchmaking community. It's the Seiko modding community.
Yeah.
So, okay, like
Yeah.
huge. and all of the parts they get are from AliExpress. Okay.
Just can't get behind this.
No, I don't like it. So what they do is they'll take like a Seiko watch, like something like, well, not this one. This one's too.
Yeah, whatever.
This
It's
one's
an
too
example.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. They couldn't. Seiko modders can't go anywhere near.
You used to be into the Seiko modding thing till you find out this stuff came from AliExpress, and I'm proud of you.
Yes,
You
yeah.
divorced yourself.
Yeah, because it's very frustrating. Anyway, so what they'll do is AliExpress, the factories and they're selling, they'll take a Seiko, like a generic Seiko, and then they'll recreate the cases, the crystal glasses, the hands, the dials, all that kind of stuff. So you can build your own Seiko watch
Yeah.
using these parts. And you can actually build it so it looks like the real thing.
You can.
Because they've got the dials that have Seiko written on them, you know, the branding, the straps say Seiko on them, all the stuff, so they're just counterfeit, right? One thing that I've noticed is in the last year, some of those Seiko modding forums, because I'm on the forums to see, people are saying like, oh, the AliExpress guys have sent me a note to say that, you know, due to some legislature, you know, if you want to have the Seiko brand on there, they can't like publicly advertise that anymore. You just ask them in a DM and they'll do it for you.
Yeah, I found an example of this very practice
Mm-hmm.
for very high-end watches, which we'll look at in a
Yeah.
little bit. Anyway, we wanted to teleport you
Yeah, let's take a
to
look.
a normal-sized city in China in modern times.
Yeah.
It's not old.
So, I mean, you know, think about this. In America, what kind of a size city would this be?
This would be your. Let me think about this.
Tucson, Arizona? No, actually, this is too big for Tucson.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say more of your Phoenix.
Yeah, so kind of
You
like
know?
a Phoenix or something.
Phoenix, Arizona, maybe a Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
This is a Pittsburgh. This is Pittsburgh.
Okay, this is Pittsburgh,
Yes.
Pennsylvania, right? Okay, so this is where you see the knockoff stuff out in force, okay? Because, yeah, you see them in the big cities. We've shown it to you before. I showed you the New Balance. Remember we did the whole episode on that? Showed you all the millions of different New Balance knockoffs all in the same block in Shenzhen, which is a top-tier city. You go outside the top-tier cities, you go to tier 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, tier 88, you see all the knockoffs. So this is the kind of place you're looking at. Like, you can see the shops here.
Oh, I love that CCP building back
Isn't
there.
it?
See
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, get us out of there.
The top right,
Top right?
behind the Huawei sign.
Yeah.
That is your standard like CCP building.
That
that is a
one up-
CCP building.
Yeah, it is. It's got the blue glass. It's got
Yeah.
the big
The
Gongchandan
emblem.
logo on there type
Love
thing.
that.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, so it's these kind of places. You'll see there's a big mall here that's next to us. This thing.
We were trying to figure this out. So we want to we'll ask you guys.
Yeah.
That Josiny thing,
Yeah, Josiny.
that's obviously a copy of a certain brand. And we're trying to figure out what it was because we've seen the font.
Yeah, I've seen
and
that
logo.
exact
What is that?
color, font, logo for an international like fashion or cosmetics brand, I'm sure. Anyway, that's the kind of thing we're talking about. You'll see these.
Sky don't lie.
Yeah, Sky don't lie. It's very true. You'll see these brands all over the place in these fairly big cities. And they'll put up very blatant, obvious knockoff stuff right in your face, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, there I am. And see, this is kind of a big mall type area. There's actually a KFC there.
Yeah.
And just wanted to point this out. Every time you go into like a kind of a shopping area, this is further up. This is in Heilongjiang province.
Yes.
Okay. And
No, this is Inner Mongolia.
oh, is it Inner Mongolia?
This is Hylar.
Oh, you're right. This is Hylar. You're absolutely right. Any
I can
place,
see the Mongolians.
yeah, you can see on the signs. Any place you go that has like a shopping area will be
Yeah.
full of these fake branded shops. But I was looking for this, right, and I came
Mm-hmm.
across this clip, and it just reminded me of what the joy of working for one of these places. So, here you got these girls promoting an Oppo phone.
With fervent.
I just the enthusiasm.
Yeah,
is-
the enthusiasm's unparalleled. I feel
I-
bad for them.
yeah, I know.
This is
yeah, me
such a
too.
crap job
It really is. But
to promote like crap phones, and then you have this guy bossing you around.
yeah, just so you can do this fantastic happy job.
So sad.
It's it's really quite awful. Just thought I'd share it because this is what you see. They'll be blaring some awful Gangnam Style type music.
Yeah. Oh, by the way,
Yeah.
I want to point out the red carpet.
Oh
Such
yes,
a key
can
feature.
you? Can you point that out?
That-
This one that we're blocking right now.
They'll roll this out if if any store has like a special event,
Yeah.
like it could be a cell phone shop, it could be a boba shop, whatever.
Yeah.
They'll roll this like raggedy red because it's supposed to be a red carpet thing,
Yeah.
grand opening, and
Mhm.
it's always disgusting.
Yeah, agreed.
Anyway,
I'd like to point out who their audience is for a second here.
Yeah, it's the one uncle.
Do you see that uncle? There's kind of that sunburnt uncle.
Yeah, it's only him.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the kind of audience. So just giving you a glimpse into the kind of situation where you'll find these fake
In
brands.
like a big to medium-sized city, this is what you see. You
Yeah.
walk around, you see this.
Yeah, exactly.
This is your life.
So a little clip that I'm pretty sure we showed before is this is in the same area.
Yeah.
That's the reason. This is where those dancing
Correct.
girls were.
Yep.
And here's just a shop. And just in this one shop, you can see the knockoffs over here. The new Barlun,
Yep.
which says good times, summer, new Banlun, summer, spring, new Banlun. The Aisashi, which is supposed to be Asics. And then Skewrons.
Ah, Skewron.
Skewrons, Skechers. And then, well, Peak is an actual brand.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway, before we continue, is this supposed to be here or somewhere else?
No, it's just supposed
Okay.
to be somewhere else.
To the kind of situation where you'll find these fake
In
brands.
like a big to medium-sized city, this is what you see. You
Yeah.
walk around, you see this.
Yeah, exactly.
This is your life.
So, a little clip that I'm pretty sure we showed before is this is in the same area.
Yeah.
That's the reason. This is where those dancing
Correct.
girls were.
Yep.
And here's just a shop. And just in this one shop, you can see the knockoffs over here. The new Barlun,
Yep.
which says good times, summer, new Banlun, summer, spring, new Banlun. The Aisashi, which is supposed to be Asics. And then Skewrons.
Ah, Skewron.
Skewrons, Skechers. And then, well, Peak is an actual brand.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway, before we continue, is this supposed to be here or somewhere else?
No, it's just supposed
Okay.
to be somewhere else, but we can shout
Okay.
it out now.
Quick shout out to Dragonella for making this fantastic artwork. Remember we spoke about it last time, the whole cockroaches in the fried rice thing? This is perfect.
Dragonella actually did it.
Yeah, she
This
did.
is, we're trying to figure out what to do with this because
Oh,
it's
dude,
so
this-
good.
Well, absolutely have to do some kind of a merch out of this. I
Yeah, whether it's a poster or a t-shirt, something. We got to figure it out because that is so amazing. If you
Don't
weren't
worry,
here.
Dragonella, if we do
Yeah,
any
we'll
kind of
split it.
official merch, you're getting the
Or we can do charity.
the fair share of it, yeah.
Yeah.
The
Usually when we do
majority share.
if yeah, it's up to the artist. Most of the times we do artist collabs, we give it all to charity.
Yeah.
But Dragonella, you can more
Yeah.
than welcome to keep.
Yeah, we'll talk,
even send you some cockroaches.
Yeah, we'll talk to you about it
Yeah.
depending on what we decide to do. But we think it's fantastic. It captures exactly what we were talking about. It's exactly that.
So what we were talking about is that in China, and this is so specific.
Yeah.
Such a vibe, and I actually saw certain people that have been to China knew exactly what we were talking
Yep.
about. Chinese people will know exactly what we're talking about. But if you go to like a lower end restaurant and they're doing the wok and they spray the cooking alcohol in,
Yep.
they do the breath of the dragon, which is when the alcohol ignites and it gives you that kind of special taste that Chinese food has. It's so great.
Yep.
But sometimes the flame is so large it will actually lick the wall.
Yep.
And there are cockroaches, especially the small ones.
Yeah, in southern China.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
And what they'll do is it'll lick the wall and then they'll get singed so they can't hold on to the wall
Yeah.
anymore and they'll land into the pot.
Yeah,
that
so
they're
then you
gonna
get
walk.
cockroach in your fried rice. Yeah. Oh,
It's
anyway, and
so
it's the
specific.
fact that it's happened multiple
Yeah, I
times to me
know.
personally. It's like
And
it's
I
a
love
thing.
that we hadn't talked about it before
Yeah.
and you brought it up and I'm like, oh my gosh, that happened to me so many times.
I once I once invited a girl over to have dinner at my place. I remember, and I ordered the fried rice and it had a freaking cockroach in it.
Because it was this.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
It was so annoying. It really ruined the mood, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, here's something else you wanted to throw in, right?
I thought this is so funny. I don't know if this is a patron or not, but I wanted to read this comment because it was just so expertly crafted.
Yeah. So this is from the show on Friday. We showed the whole rat thing.
Yeah. Let me just pull it up here so I can
Okay.
actually read it because it's very, very small.
Okay.
All right. So this comment says, China has been. So yeah, you had to watch the last episode, but basically we showed a clip from 2015 of a guy holding a rat that he's gonna eat.
Yeah.
And then a new clip of a guy that has tons of rats.
Yes, lots in his pockets.
Which is from 2023.
Yeah.
This Rylan Creel says, China's been lifted out of extreme poverty, Winston, and special guest host Matt. Your 2015 footage showed a man and a young girl with only one rat apiece. The recent footage showed a man with dozens of rats. What a feast! Thanks, Xi Jinping. China's winning the space race with AI 5G expertise and the rat race.
And the rat race, I love that.
That wasn't a failed satellite launch at the beginning of the video, by the way. That was just futuristic flying high-speed rail train. China's 3,000 years ahead of Western culture.
That's excellent.
That was
Yeah,
such a
love
good,
to see that from the
yeah.
community.
That was a good one. Anyway.
All right, let's get into the actual topic now again, and this is the fake stuff, right?
Yeah, so you might recognize some of these, you might not recognize some of these. One thing I will say, and the reason I wanted to put this in here, is this is from a New York Times article, and actually they had a good point. A lot of the new brands you'll see, you'll still have your ripoffs, and we're gonna cover the funny stuff.
Yeah.
Still out, I'm not talking about legacy stuff, they're still making it right now.
Yeah.
But right now, you'll see a lot more of just random letters
Yeah.
of brands. It'll be like, you know.
Sometimes, like, the random letters actually stand for the Chinese names.
Yes.
So it'll be like, I don't know, Xi Feng something, so it'll be XF
Yeah.
whatever, you know.
And sometimes it's absolute
Sometimes it's
nonsense.
garbage, yeah, sometimes.
Yeah. So basically, you have, you know, MAJCF, right? That probably doesn't stand for anything. It's
Yeah.
just random letters now. Instead of getting or suffering the potential lawsuits or whatever from like copying a brand.
Yeah, they won't get, they never get into trouble in China.
sure.
The worst thing that happens is they get told to stop.
Yeah.
They don't have to pay damages or anything like that.
Yes.
So, have you got some examples for us here?
I do. I like this one. See this lovely girl?
Yeah.
She's modeling this Lacoste shirt. Wait a minute, that's not Lacoste. That's Cartello.
Cartello, yes.
It's exactly the same, though, isn't it?
It's the same. I mean, maybe the crocodile's a little bit different.
Yeah, you know what's funny though? As she's modeling this, you think, oh, this is a Lacoste shirt. It's gonna cost $100, right? It's expensive polos they make,
Yeah,
luxury polos, right?
Mhm.
This is like $3.
Makes sense.
To follow up on our Doisad.
I like Doisad the
too.
most, yeah.
Doisad's great. This is Adidas, and then you have Dads. A lot of Adidas, and Adidas I find is highly copied in China.
Absolutely.
And I don't know why more than others. It's not a luxury brand.
No, but it's very well known. I mean, all the chavs and stuff in the UK wear Adidas tracksuits and things.
Yeah, it's just not a high. It's not usually in China. You're seeing luxury brands.
Yeah, like LV and stuff.
Adidas is not a luxury brand. It's a very mid-level brand.
Yeah, it's just because it's popular.
Just
If
'cause it's
something's popular, they'll copy it, you know?
We actually talked about this. We'll cover this a little bit, but yeah, Nike's another good example.
Yeah,
Nike. There are a lot of brands that are not popular now. For
Yes.
example, like Hugo Boss.
Yeah, or Armani.
Or Guess. Like, you haven't heard of those brands since like the 90s, early 2000s.
Sure.
But in China, they still think that's like a luxury item because they think it's still popular or something. So you get a lot of knockoffs of those things.
It's true.
For example, perfect example. This is
Dolce
and Gabbana.
Dolce and Gabbana. Okay, nice.
Instead of Dolce and Gabbana.
Yeah.
Which was a nice.
Yeah, that's kind of an interesting
nice
one. Another one.
ABC,
Absids.
IDS. They were going for the alphabet.
Yeah, I think so. Absids, dude. Absids. What do we got next?
I like the 4 lines.
Yeah,
on
instead of 3.
I saw this a lot in China. Did you not?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just an addition or subtraction of lines.
What is that most famous like sportswear brand in China again? What's it called?
Oh, Peak?
No, it's not Peak. It's another one.
You mean a Chinese brand?
Yeah.
That's
It's
Jordan
mad
one?
famous. It's
Cow
not
down?
Jordan. No, it's not. It's like Wei something or other. Can you look it up
okay.
quickly? Like China's, it's like their Olympic people wear it and everything. You know, the sportsmen. So it's Chinese sports. What the hell's it called again?
Anta.
Is it Anta?
Yeah, Anta's huge.
Are you
Anta's
sure?
the fake Nike one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Because I remember the whole thing about Anta is it's got like a Nike swish basically. Yeah.
It's Anta.
But it's just been messed with.
Yeah, it's
You
just
know,
straight up.
It's
the joke.
It's like, come on, make up your own stuff for once, you know?
Yes.
It's just not possible. Everything has to be based on something else in China.
Do
What
you like
does
Birkins?
Birkenstick? Birkenstick. I kind of like that one.
Yeah, Canoverse. This is what you'd usually see in China.
Canoverse instead of Converse. Yeah.
They would just mix the letters up a
Just
little
a
bit.
little bit, yeah.
But I think the reason we cover those is because they're funnier. But most of them you're seeing are actually just straight up copies.
Yeah,
right?
it's very frustrating because, for instance, I remember a friend of mine came to China to visit, and I told him not to go shopping without me because they always get ripped off.
Yeah.
and he went to the Lohu Commercial Center and he bought a digital picture frame. Remember
Yeah.
when those were a
Yeah,
big thing?
those are huge.
So he bought a digital picture frame.
09, 010.
Yeah, it would have been even about
Yeah.
that, about 08, 09, somewhere on there. And it was a Sony
Okay.
digital picture frame. It had the Sony logo on it and everything, but it was some really bad generic thing that couldn't even display 360p. It was like terrible.
Shit 80p.
And then you look closely, and the Sony thing was just like a decal, you know, that could be
yeah.
scratched off with your finger.
But it wasn't spelled wrong.
No,
like,
it
that's the
was.
thing.
It looked real, and
Yeah.
he was tricked. And the person told him it was a genuine Sony and everything, you know, and he paid a lot of money for it.
That actually reminds me of something. I remember I saw this more in smaller, not smaller, but less like close to Hong Kong places. So
Yeah.
like I'd be up in a northern city with a couple million people. There'd be like a motorcycle gear shop, right? And when I'm down in Guangdong, I know that those people are ripping me off and tricking me with fake brands, or Beijing.
Yeah.
I know those sellers know this is fake, so
Yes.
that's what's insulting.
Yes.
But in some of these smaller places, there was this one guy trying to charge me like, I don't know, like $400 for a helmet. It was like a name brand helmet, but
Yeah.
it was clearly fake, right?
Yeah.
But he didn't know that. He paid a ton of money to get some of this stuff. Like some of these smaller areas.
You think so?
He had not an absolute clue. He was all decked out in Dayanese stuff, but it was all fake, and he
Yeah.
had no clue. He spent a lot of money to get it. He
He's
got
probably
tricked.
never seen the real thing.
Yeah, for sure. And so you get a lot of this where it's like these people just don't even know. that what
Sure.
they have is
I mean,
fake.
I still think they know.
Some of them.
Yeah,
some
they
of
gotta
them.
know, right? Yeah. Oh, those are kind of cool.
Yeah.
But that's such a thing. How recent is this? This has got to be kind of old, right?
This one was like 2016, I think.
Okay, because I remember there was a time in China where everything was an Apple
Yeah.
device because Apple became so freaking famous. It was ridiculous. Remember, there's that kid.
I'm getting into the new stuff
yeah,
soon. By
new
the
stuff's
way.
coming.
Yeah.
Okay, you remember that kid sold his kidneys?
Yeah. To get an iPhone.
Well, his
4.
kidney, one
Yeah.
of them. He couldn't do two,
Yeah.
right? To get an iPhone 4 and
Yeah.
the first iPad.
Yeah.
Just imagine how short-sighted is that?
Yes. That
'Cause
is.
Your iPad.
Oh, and he's like terminal now.
Yeah, so now he's like on dialysis
Yeah.
and stuff, and he's like in bed. How much mileage are you going to get out of your iPad 1, bro?
He's still playing.
You can't even install Angry Birds on it anymore.
No, the newest Angry Birds.
Yeah, exactly. You can't install the new. It's horrible. It's a horrible story.
Yeah,
but it's
it is.
true.
It is.
The thing is, that's how like there was a fever in
Yeah.
China when it came to Apple products, and so everything started to get the Apple logo on it.
Yes.
Absolutely, pencils, freaking gas burners,
T-shirts.
Remember that Lily's like uncle's
Yeah.
toilets?
Yeah.
He went. This guy's rich, like
Yeah.
a mansion in the countryside, and he had toilets installed, and they had iPhone on them, and the
It was an
plunger
apple.
was an apple.
You push the apple.
Yeah, the Apple logo was the plunger
It's
or
so
whatever.
weird to me.
It's-
Why do you want?
Why do you want
know
a
it's
freaking
fake, right? Like
an iPhone squat toilet?
Yeah.
It was a squat. It's a
squat
hole in
toilet.
the wall, and it's just a cistern.
Yeah.
Had Apple on it,
And you push the
you
apple.
push the Apple logo. Who's like why?
Why?
This guy's like nouveau rich, so he doesn't actually have any taste.
Very nouveau
But
rich.
to him, it's like this is classy. This
Yeah.
is an Apple toilet.
Yeah.
Man, that was
funny.
dumb.
It was funny.
We definitely have footage of that somewhere,
We've
don't
shown
we?
it. We've shown it.
Oh, we have?
Many times.
Okay, I
Many
just don't
times.
remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Video games.
You know,
That's an
X-Boy.
X-Boy.
I like that. X-Boy. Yeah, why not? Little outdated, though. Oh, what's this?
This is a new one.
Forward.
So Patagonia, that very expensive Gorp core.
That's a new word I learned today is Gorp Core.
Yeah, so Chinese people are now latching onto Gorp core, which I feel like was probably a few years ago in
Dude,
America.
doesn't it tie into the Box 2.0 episode we did?
Yes.
Where they're like camping?
Yes. Good point.
Yes.
Gorp core is the idea that you wear outdoorsy clothes. Like
What is
hiking
Gorp,
clothes.
by the way?
Good old raisins and peanuts. It's
Which is-
trail mix.
Yeah, trail mix is good old raisins and peanuts sounds terrible as a thing. Why do they have to say that? I know it's not your fault, but why do people have to say
I
that?
hate the idea of Gorp, and the word Gorp is horrible. But I grew up with that. I grew up in a very outdoorsy community. I did a lot of mountain biking and hiking and stuff, and that was that fervor was around the 90s, really.
Good old grapes and
Good old raisins and peanuts. I'm saying that was a big thing then.
peanuts and raisins is a snack you can buy in South Africa.
Right.
No, it's like comes in a bag. It's made by Simba, you know.
Oh, okay.
It's actual peanuts with raisins in it. Believe it or not. But it's like
Gorp.
it's quite common as just like you go to a birthday party and there'll be a bowl of that crap on the birthday party
It's
table.
exactly the same in America.
Do you have like the peanuts and raisins like pre-mixed?
of
I know you
course.
get trail mix.
No, of course.
Just peanuts and raisins.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just a basic trail mix without the M&Ms in it, right?
Does trail mix have M&Ms in it?
Trail mix
weird.
is M&Ms, peanuts, and raisins.
Oh, the only trail mix I've ever seen has got like those like weird caramelized bits of fruit or whatever and stuff.
That's
altogether.
another thing. I mean, there's many kinds.
Okay, but anyway, Gorp is something that sounds terrible.
but bring it back.
Like Gorp core.
Gorp core is a fashion.
It sounds
of
like
wearing
a
outdoors
weird
gear.
subculture to me.
It's not a subculture. It's dominant culture.
Yeah, I get
Every
it. But
Chinese person right now.
yeah. So like you're
it
saying,
back, yeah.
bringing it back, we've noticed this trend a lot where.
Yes.
Chinese people are the least outdoorsy people you'll meet, and this
Yeah.
is a weird thing. Like the rural guys, yeah, they're on the farm doing their thing, but they're not going out hiking.
And there are subcultures, right?
Yeah.
But the dominant culture is not to go outside.
It's to go to the cities. It's to be and this has been out throughout antiquity in China. It's not even a new thing.
Yeah.
But the idea of purposefully going out into the wilderness
Yeah.
is just no.
No, and that's why you have glamping and stuff
Yeah,
in China now.
Yeah,
That's
it's all
popping
about
up.
fair skin and
Yeah.
staying out of the sun,
Yeah.
and the more higher class you are, the less you do, the less you touch in nature.
My point is,
Yes.
the outdoorsy brands like Patagonia, the expensive ones, you have this one, which is just forward, but it's the Patagonia logo.
Yes, because now what trendy Chinese people at the moment, what they're doing is they're LARPing as campers.
Yes, and that's
They're literally just putting on like hiking gear and
Yeah.
vests and hats
Yeah.
and stuff, and then taking photos in lavish outdoorsy.
It's the thing, and I
Yes.
think China's always a few years, if not 10 years behind the U.S.
Mm.
So something you would have seen a long time ago is happening now.
Yeah, it's
Anyway.
interesting. Yeah, so this is Patagonia.
Core Patagonia, yeah. I like this one. This is well, I shouldn't say I like this. This is very tasteless, but it's an unfortunate mistake.
Okay, why?
It says Abercrombie and Titch.
Yeah, exactly.
Tit.
And Abercrombie Biff, by the way.
Abercrombie Biff and Tit.
Yeah, yeah, and Titch. It's Titch, dude. You don't need to change it.
I know, but
You
it's
know?
a little unfortunate.
Sure.
Anyway, that's a classic one. But interspersed. Oh, you got. So the reason I wanted to bring this one up is that
Yeah.
recently, it's crazy because Starbucks got ripped off so much, right? Just like you see in this photo from it years ago.
Yeah.
But now they're ripping off Luckin Coffee,
Mm-hmm.
and Luckin Coffee is from China, which is a ripoff of Starbucks.
Yeah.
And it's now become more popular to rip off Luckin Coffee, which is already a ripoff, and
Yeah,
they
it's
can
interesting.
counterfeit Luckin Coffee.
Yeah,
It's
because
shocking.
Luckin Coffee's become one of those patriotic things, right? That you have to go for. What on earth is this?
This is, dude, this is nuts.
Okay,
What
what's
do you
this?
think this is?
A theme park?
Yeah, but it's based on something.
I don't know. Final Fantasy?
Is that big in China?
No.
one even knows what Final Fantasy is
Yeah.
in China.
I don't know. Marvel?
No, something that's big. Something that's big in China, video game wise, though. You're on the right track.
So the Three Kingdoms
No,
Genshin Impact?
no.
Well, tell me, what is it?
This is World of Warcraft Land.
Oh, okay, World of Warcraft land. I can see that.
Chinese, but it's a knockoff. It's not licensed.
Yeah, that's
They
interesting.
made a whole theme park.
That's kind of interesting.
I suppose.
With,
What's this?
Torns
Framers.
Torns Framers, yes.
Torrance Framers, dude.
Yeah.
Framers.
I kind of like this. It says robots in disguise. So they got that. No, robots in disguise.
It's disguise. You're just thinking about it too hard.
No, Digsuise. Dig
Oh, it's the
Suisse.
squeeze. You're right. No, you're right. That's the squeeze.
Yeah, robots in disguise, dude.
Well,
Yeah.
that's how you spell disguise.
No, you don't spell disguise
oh, no,
like
D,
that.
Sorry, no, I can't see
You
it.
don't spell it dig.
I know.
Dig
it's
Suisse.
too far
okay.
away. Dig
Yeah.
Suisse.
It's no, you spell
I can't see it.
disguise.
It's too far
Okay,
away.
all right, fine.
I can see Torrance Framers,
Yeah,
which I
Dian
absolutely
Iban
love.
Sun. Yeah.
Dian Iban Sun.
Yeah.
Remember I said about Hugo Boss?
Yeah.
Still a brand that's being ripped off, and it's not something you
Sauce.
really see a whole lot of.
Yeah,
you know?
but this one's Juan Sauce.
Yeah, sorry, this is Besauce. Juan
Yeah,
Besauce.
Juan Sauce.
Besauce.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, what the hell? What do we
Oh,
got next?
boy.
What Meats by Dr. Dre?
I thought that was a
Dude,
great
like
one.
that's why doesn't Dr. Dre release like barbecue spices or something?
should.
You know, like a barbecue sauce.
They
Meats by
should.
Dr. Dre.
Meats by Dr. Dre, made in China, 24 pieces. So you can get Meats by Dr. Dre and put it in your gas station. You can put it in a freaking Wawa and sell it for $10 and be like,
why
this
not?
is just like it. And then
Yeah.
the cops show up later.
Yeah, sure. Foam.
Foam, Xingtao Fushi. This is another brand, which is a brand that's just very middling, normal, kind of like it's in America, you see Puma, but it's not like a luxury brand. In China, it's considered kind of a luxury brand,
Yeah.
and it's ripped off a lot.
Do you guys ever get Kappa as a brand?
Yeah, I know what it is from the UK. I think a mid to lower end brand, right?
That's a weird. It's another one of these kind of
It's
sports.
got the
brand.
girl like with her knees up.
No, it's got two
women.
two people sitting like back to back.
Yeah,
basically.
that's what I mean, with their legs up like this.
Yeah, that's it. It's so strange to me because Kappa is one of those brands that, for some reason, has massive brand awareness in South Africa, but I've never seen the goods.
Oh, interesting.
Because like I know the taxis and stuff.
I
they
know
have
it's a chav thing.
They have that Kappa brand like on the the township taxis and stuff. That huge logo. They'll put it on the whole back window
It's
of the
because of
taxi.
soccer, right? Soccer's big in South Africa.
Yeah, but I've never seen anyone wear any Kappa branded
Oh.
anything. So like you see the logos everywhere, but I've never seen the
Right.
goods. Does it make sense?
That's it's a UK chav thing. I know that.
Yeah. It's just weird to me. It's
They wear like tracksuit pants with it on the side.
Yeah.
I've seen that in England.
Yeah, it's just kind of like imagine you saw Coca-Cola adverts everywhere, but you've never seen a can of
Yeah,
Coke.
no, it's weird.
It's one of those. Yeah.
It is weird.
Anyway, foam is.
They didn't even
Yeah.
try with the Puma thing. I guess they got the M and the U.
Yeah, exactly. What do we got next?
Next we have, see, this is another example. These are very popular.
Moi.
These weird fake Puma's not a brand you think you're gonna have huge margins on because it's not very
Well, it's brand
expensive.
awareness, right?
Yeah.
And the thing is, remember the target audience that's buying these cheap knockoff shoes are the kind of less educated
Yeah.
rural people coming into the little towns.
Yeah.
And they see that and they're like, oh, foreign brand.
Yes.
Foreign brand, good. I may have seen something like that once in a magazine or whatever, on TV.
Yeah.
So they buy it without knowing what it really is because they can't read the English. They see some.
Mwah.
Yeah, yeah, moi. Dude,
The stitching.
You know
And
what?
It's fat.
Yeah, it's like a
super
fat cat. Yeah. Well, it's prosperous. In China, you get cash in transit guys, that they come and pick up the money from the banks or whatever.
Yeah.
The
shotgun guys.
Yeah, and they have their little
because
armor.
they're always like 18 years old.
Yeah, well,
Like these super young short guys with a shotgun. I'm like, ah.
yeah, exactly. And they've got those armored vans. They're not really armored vans. They're kind of like a van that's a little bit done up.
Yeah.
And their logo is the Thundercats
Yes,
logo.
it is.
If you ever watched Thundercats
Yeah.
when you were a kid,
It is. That.
they just use
Yeah.
that. That is their like armored car brand.
It's not even changed.
No, they just use the Thundercats logo. And I was
Yeah.
like, that's weird.
I always noticed that.
Yeah, it's like.
And I'm like, he's gonna want to shoot a foreigner someday.
yeah, who knows?
Ball Star.
That's a good one.
I love that.
Yeah, that's really
Converse
cool.
Ball
Yeah.
Star Classic.
What does that even say under there? Like
America?
America Fun or something?
America Fun Classic.
Yeah.
Not America. It's Monica, it says.
Oh, whatever it is.
Monica Fun. I like this.
Okay.
Picklick Ralpel House.
Yeah, Picklick Rapple House. Yeah, that's kind of
Picklick
interesting.
Ralpel House. So it's trying to be Polo Ralph Lauren.
Yes.
Where's the house from?
They just added in there for effect,
And-
And that's a real word at least.
And the dude is getting eaten by a two-headed alien horse, and he's trying to hit it off. He's trying to whack its head.
Yeah, now you point that out. I didn't even notice that.
It's like reaching back at him. It's like
It's just
very
one of those-
retarded. He's
Yeah, it is.
standing,
It's so-
like,
yeah, what
next
is
to the
going on?
horse. His intestines are coming out. What is that?
I think a lot of these brands rely on the whole like, oh, you just give it a glance, and at a
Yeah.
glance, it looks like it's a luxury thing.
Yeah.
Because
That's the idea.
there's a lot of that in China where like kind of off-brand stuff, people will buy it because from a distance it just looks kind of rich. Or
Yeah,
nice.
they're banking on nobody noticing. Again, horrible stitching. Look at the stitching.
Yeah, I mean, what do you expect?
Ralpel House.
Yeah. Pearl Boy.
Which is supposed to be Playboy. Another, I think, wonderful. If you study marketing, I think you should go back into like 2014 era and look at why knocking off Playboy became such a big thing in the Chinese market, because
Yeah.
it's not a brand I ever saw in America other than the CD magazines.
Yes.
Maybe the casino, right? They had like a casino thing or whatever. But like you would
Casino,
never.
I don't know about that.
I mean, they have like a Playboy Mansion casino thing
okay,
or something
right.
in Vegas or something.
Right.
I'm saying on commercials, you probably only see those two things, maybe, right?
Right.
But in China, it became prolific.
Yeah.
To the point where it became almost the dominant knockoff brand to make of men's clothing was Playboy.
Yeah, and we don't want to be like
No.
what do we call them, broken records, because we have shown you before
Yeah.
what we filmed, like Piano Boy and
Yeah, yeah.
Paneri Boy and all of those. That's like real footage that we filmed ourselves. But Playboy was one of the main knockoff things.
Huge, and you could buy a shirt for $1, like a dress shirt that said Playboy on it with the Playboy
Yeah.
bunny on it, and it was so weird because I was like, my mother-in-law bought me when I wore it as a joke. I wore it ironically all the time because
Yeah.
it was so funny. It was like a lumberjack camp shirt but with short sleeves with button down, and it had Playboy on it,
Yeah.
and I was like, what is this? Nobody wears this.
Yeah.
But in China, it was huge.
I feel like it was pretty big in South Africa. I could be wrong.
Interesting. So I wanted to point this out.
Yeah.
This has been going on forever, fake Rolexes, right?
Sure,
This is obviously a thing with something we exposed in China.
Yeah,
we
we
went
went
to
there.
the heart of it.
Yeah, we've got an
negotiated
ADV
with
China
them,
video. Yeah, you can check it out if you want.
just to show people where all this stuff comes
It's
from.
called
And
like where do fake Rolexes come from? Something like that.
reason we did that was that around that time when we made that video, there was all this like legislation about how they're cracking down and all this kind of stuff, and it was right out in the open in the main mall.
Yeah, we
a
were
big
just
city.
again. It was that whole thing where they say, and there are
Yeah.
even signs up in
Yeah.
there saying, "Oh, no counterfeit goods are allowed to be sold." Yet they're everywhere.
Literally under the sun.
Yeah, under the sign. So
Yeah.
it's just one of those things. We had to prove that when the Chinese government says something,
Yeah.
it's just lip service only. They don't do it.
No.
You know?
My point is, that was back, this is an update. They're still doing this.
Oh, of course, but not. It's maybe not in the open anymore. I mean, online.
Online, yeah. But look, I mean, this
Yeah.
is AliExpress.
Yeah.
This is
Olex.
AliExpress, and this is a fake Rolex Meteorite Dial Daytona, right?
Yeah.
Everyone can recognize this watch if you know anything about Rolex, but you know what's different now is that they're using the fake brand name. It doesn't say Rolex anymore. So I was like, how long is it going to take me to find something that actually has the Rolex logo on it?
Sure.
Because this is their way of cracking down. Yeah, it's a copy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could still get sued in court because it's a direct copy.
Yeah. I see why they use Olevs, because like when the hands are like that, it
see
kind
it?
of looks like Rolex.
When
doesn't
it's
it?
at 10 and 10. So,
Yeah.
by the way, a little tidbit if you know.
Yeah.
If you ever see watches being sold, it's always at 10-10. And the reason is it looks like a smile. And they actually did psychological studies that if somebody's looking at a watch that's at 10-10, they're more likely to buy it. Puts them in
really?
a better mental state.
I
Yep.
didn't know that.
Yep.
That's kind of dumb.
Every watch you'll ever look at, go around anywhere. Whether you go to the mall or you go online,
That's
you'll see it. It's at
some
10-10.
skewed ass smile. Who's got such a triangular mouth?
Psychologically proven. It's not even a joke.
I'm not doubting you.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird to me. I mean,
It's always 10-10.
makes
Isn't that
sense.
interesting? Anyway, I like what you said there. So what they
Yeah.
do to get around this is that, it doesn't say Rolex anymore. This is a Submariner, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is a Submariner with date,
Olevs.
black. And it's covering, so it looks like it still says Rolex, right?
Yeah, because the OLE can be seen.
Yeah.
It's basically just missing an R.
Yes.
And they added a VS at the end.
And this is a $10,000 watch you're getting for $24. It's a quartz movement, of course. It's going to be the worst quality thing you've ever seen in your entire
Yeah.
life. Anyone that sees it will know it's fake.
Yeah.
But what I did find out is, remember I said they're only like one step away from putting the actual logo on there?
Sure.
Well, they are. This is a Tiffany Blue Patek Philippe Nautilus. This is a $6 million watch. No one
Sure.
has this. Like
Yeah.
6 people have this. Like,
Yeah,
like
sure.
frickin' Beyonce and stuff, right? Anyway, but what they
That's
do
that's
now.
a reason for no one to have it if Beyonce's wearing that.
Why?
Because it sucks. What a brand ambassador.
Why?
I don't know.
What?
I wouldn't be looking at her and saying like, I want to watch
She's like
Beyonce
a
has. Well, I'm a
billionaire
man.
musician.
First of all.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, and Leonardo DiCaprio has one.
Oh well, yeah. That's even a better reason not to get one. And you're not gonna get the joke today.
I knew it. Crap! Why did I bring that up?
Yeah, exactly.
QDG strikes again. Anyway,
QDG.
QDG has this.
Yeah.
Has this watch, right? In real life.
Not this
No,
$70
listen,
one.
before I
Yeah,
get
okay.
taken out
Yeah.
for saying this. He has the real one, the real
Yeah.
Patek Philippe Nautilus in Tiffany Blue. Now, that was MSRP $1 million. You can't get one. It's like
Sure.
$6 million. But what they do, that aside, is instead of having the fake name now, it says you can get your custom logo and name put on the watch. And what that means is everyone's only going to get the one that says Patek Philippe.
Yeah.
No one's getting a custom name and logo on here.
Yeah, you're not putting your name. You're not gonna put like Lau 86.
No. What
Rules.
they're doing is they're just making them with the Patek Philippe Nautilus logo on there.
Yeah.
Right. And then when you buy it, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Right. That's the default. But when they portray it on the website, now they're not showing like a counterfeit watch with the brand on it.
Makes sense.
It's just the next loophole.
At the end of the day, like the fact that they've copied the design 100%, it's definitely infringing on patents and copyright designs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But they don't
Yeah.
care because in China they're untouchable.
Right.
You know.
Everyone just wants the QDG joke.
Yeah,
You're not
it's-
getting the joke.
Nope. What's this?
Oh, I just want to throw this in there because the watch I'm currently wearing, I could have saved a lot of money.
Yeah.
I could have saved a lot of money. Tissot PRX, $800 watch, $700 watch. I could have gotten this $10.
$10.
Hey, look, there's no difference. How
Yeah,
do you even know?
it's the
I'm
same.
sure it's just as good. The finishing.
I'm sure that's not true, but yeah. Does it say
I
current?
love it. Says it's supposed to say Powermatic 80 down here, and it says quartz, which
Yeah.
doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Well, they do have a quartz version of that.
Yeah, but it doesn't say Powermatic 80, does it?
No.
No.
No, it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know Balenciaga?
Yeah.
This is Balenciaga, right?
Okay.
Which is close. There's a couple extra E's in there.
Yeah.
But what I noticed is that there's certain brands they won't touch. I cannot find fake Chanel anymore. I can find fake Chanel logo, but I can't find Chanel where it actually says it. But I see a lot of Balenciaga, which is more expensive.
Sure.
So there's certain brands that have obviously weaseled their way into the Chinese market and gotten enough sway to be able to like stop doing this temporarily at least.
Yeah, they do. If they become very big in China and they're entrenched,
Yeah.
it's possible for them to actually get things done. Like Tesla can do
Yes.
certain things and you know,
Yes.
other big things.
Stop there.
Yeah.
Didn't say what this is.
William Polo.
What is William Polo? You know Polo Ralph Lauren. They
Yeah.
just throw different names on there.
Yeah. Yeah.
William
Random. William Polo. Yeah, why not?
This is,
Sports.
this is Jordan, right?
Yeah, but it's kind of like an overweight Jordan or
Yeah.
something. Look, it's a little bit different. It's
it
like,
is. It's like
it's like
Fat
a
Jordan.
bent over, like hunched Jordan, you know?
He's like
Yeah.
it's like they removed part of his torso.
Yes, yes, they did. They're like
very
he's truncated
squat.
Jordan. you know?
Trunk. He's just
Yeah.
J-Dan.
Yeah, exactly. He's J-Dan. Yes, sport. That's kind of funny.
I love the sport.
Mm-hmm.
And again, you think, oh, we're cracking down on fake Nikes and all this kind
Yeah.
of stuff. Oh, this is the new Reebok.
Unibok, yeah. So that's what, Reebok?
Well, it's supposed to be Nike. Look at it. It's clearly Nike.
Okay.
Those are Nike Airs, right?
Are they? What's with that heart?
That's their way of getting around the fake logo. So remember I said there's loopholes. There's a lot of different ways they're doing this now. But
Yeah.
in China, you can still get the straight up knockoffs.
Yeah, yeah.
But what they're portraying out there, what you can go look at and buy is these weird loopholes that are just outside the legality, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So Nunibok, you know, it doesn't say
And this is
Nike.
modern. This is like
This
what
is
you
brand new.
found. Yeah.
So this too,
Pumbaa.
which we love,
Yes, I think that's kind of funny.
like Timon and Pumbaa.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Which is from Lion King.
Yeah, it's in Swahili it means foul stench.
In it. Oh, interesting. That makes sense because they're supposed to be all gross, right? The
Well,
Timon and Pumbaa.
Well, no, Pumbaa's like the warthog and he like
Yeah.
farts all the time,
Yeah,
makes
that's
a
what I
bad
mean.
smell.
They're supposed to be like the gross
Well,
sidekicks, you know?
Yeah, well, I mean, he actually, like in his songs, is like his friends don't stand downwind and stuff because
Yeah.
he smells bad.
Yeah.
And that's what it means. It means foul stench.
That's well made.
Yes.
Well thought out.
Yeah. That's just Pumbaa.
I wanted to ask you, because
Yeah.
you're from Africa, what do you think that logo is? Because it's not
That
a Puma.
is-
It looks like a lion.
Yeah, it looks like a jumping lion.
Yeah. Pumbaa the lion.
Yeah,
Lion King.
yeah,
see?
yeah.
See what I'm getting?
Definitely. It's definitely they took the Lion King and went with it. What is rapidity?
This is-
Meteo El Drago.
You know Beyblade?
No, not really.
You know what it is,
I
right?
saw it in China.
Yeah.
Kids like they have like a bowl and they throw things in it.
Well, you have a zipper,
Mhm.
goes zing like this,
Yeah.
and it's a top. It's
Yeah,
tops.
it's spinning top. Yeah.
And you put them in this bowl, and they go ting, ting, ting.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then whoever stops first loses, right?
Gotcha, yeah.
Maybe you play for keeps, or you can modify them. You can put different modules on them to make them more weighted or spin longer.
I gotcha.
And somehow they made an anime out of it back in the
Yeah, I remember there was something like that.
But my favorite is this knockoff of Beyblade, because Beyblades are huge in China, and they never really slowed down. They kept going and going and going.
Yeah.
And this is called Rapidity, which
Yeah, it's got Japanese up there as well. So it's like Maximamu. So maximum something.
Anyway, the
maximum
Chinese-
Shin. I can't read the rest. Shinzu or
the
something.
Chinese knockoff is
Too small.
Rapidity, like ultimate fast. Like
Yeah, yeah,
They
exactly.
definitely looked up like the.
Yeah, that's
like
all they
the-
did is they ran it through some translator. Yeah.
Yeah.
And oh yeah, this was something
Yeah.
interesting you found on AliExpress.
So the other day I was looking for, I wanted to see if somehow you could get like tasteless political T-shirt type stuff, right?
Or just tasteful, even.
Yeah, sure. I was doing an experiment. Wanted to see like what would come up, right?
Yeah.
So when you look up Xi Jinping on AliExpress, of course, it comes up with nothing.
So that nothing. There's not. You
not
can't even
one.
buy his book. You can't
Nope.
buy anything.
And the more suspicious thing is that it doesn't even come up with a related product.
No,
right?
there's zero.
You can't make it a search term.
So you search Xi Jinping, and that's what it says. Sorry, your search Xi Jinping did not match any products. Please try again. AliExpress has like 1 billion products on it.
So it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Right. So anyway,
What
flip
did you-
side,
Yeah.
I just randomly searched Biden. Immediately.
Faker votes.
Immediately.
That's pretty funny.
Immediate.
From like a stupid pun.
Is it?
I mean, like from a really stupid pun point of view.
That's like from a dad joke perspective.
Yeah.
It's okay.
And I'm not even talking about Biden, just in general.
It's just like
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Anyway, there was a ton of anti-Biden shirts. No pro-Biden shirts, by the way.
Okay.
Which is interesting because you have this Chinese site selling to Westerners.
Yeah.
Right. And there's plenty of political satire and things you can smack talking president.
Yeah.
Presumably Americans are Chinese, right? And you had lots of them. Lots of them. And there's some very derogatory ones, which
Yeah.
just breaks all the laws in China. Doesn't make any sense, right?
Mhm.
But there was no shortage of this stuff everywhere, all over the place, right?
Not Black Joe. What? Roses are red. Something or other. I can't even read that.
Something about Hunter Biden's crack. You know, like all the, your go-to bumper sticker crass humor that you see out in the countryside here, right? So, interestingly enough, by the way,
Biden men's quartz watch.
I found this. I found this ages ago, and they're still making these, and they're making new ones. They're a fake. This is a fake Rolex GMT, right?
Is that not a Daytona? Look, it's a chronograph with 3 subdials.
Wait.
Okay.
It's a fake Rolex GMT with a Daytona dial on it.
Oh, okay.
Right. The watch doesn't exist.
Yeah,
but
it's called Biden.
Interestingly enough, hold on.
Okay.
There was tons of tasteless like political merch, right?
Yeah.
But you couldn't find anything of the sort for Xi Jinping.
Yeah, well, that's what we said. Like
Weirdly enough,
zero.
too, if you search for Trump stuff, all pro-Trump stuff. Only pro-Trump stuff. Only anti-Biden stuff.
China's
They know
very
their
good
market.
at dividing.
Yeah.
It's they're just trying to divide the West.
Yes.
So anything that causes
what I mean.
strife for people to like.
Anywhere there's a way to make a buck off of that.
Yeah.
They know who's looking for that stuff.
Yeah, it's annoying. It's annoying. This is kind of interesting. This one you've got here because it's Dio on the one and the other one's Door on the other.
Same product as well. These are not two separate products. You can either buy the Dio, which is supposed to be Dior.
Yeah.
Or you can buy the Door. Take us out of there.
Okay.
They take out either the I
Yeah.
or the R.
Yeah.
I would hazard a guess that if you were to buy this product, you could specify, or they will actually potentially. I'm just guessing.
You know what?
They'll reach
no,
out to you.
I think this has been maybe photoshopped.
That was my second theory.
Yeah, I
my
think
second
they've-
theory is that
yeah.
they'll actually just remove
They'll-
it in the photo.
Yeah, because they'll send you the product. Will say Dior on it. Because if it's the same top, because look, she's wearing it. It's got the same design and everything.
Yes.
Why would it suddenly be slightly different? So it probably is just Dior, and they've just, for copyright purposes, photoshopped out one letter here and there.
It's it's interesting, isn't it?
Oh, dude, my wife, some of her friends went back to, or some of her friends are coming to visit from China. So she got a new Apple Watch. I bought it for her birthday or whatever, some or other thing, anniversary, something like that. One of those random events where you have to buy a gift. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, so she has an Apple Watch, and the Apple Watches have this kind of magnetic strap. It's kind of cool. It just
I
goes-
haven't used Apple Watches in years because
Yeah.
I'm tired of the smartwatch thing. So I don't know.
Anyway, it's basically, so there's no clasp or anything. They've got magnets in them, and they clip together. So she asked one of her friends to bring her from Taobao a knockoff strap.
Okay.
So it looks the same as the Apple one, but it costs like a tenth of the price, whatever, right?
Okay.
So she gets this thing. It looks the part, but it's the most useless piece of crap you've ever seen. The magnets didn't stick together or anything, right? So it'll
What's the
it'll
point?
barely stick, and then you try to wear it and it'll just fall off.
So what's the point?
Exactly, what's the point? Because I said, why did you buy that? So I bought her the real thing, and it works really well, and it sticks very nicely,
Why
and it's
did
good
you
quality.
start with that?
It's just one of those things, And
hate fake stuff.
I hate it too. And the thing is, it was fully branded as an Apple thing.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm
Came-
talking about. They're still doing that.
Of course they are. It came in the box. It looked like an Apple packaging, everything like that.
Yeah.
And the whole point, the reason why I'm even mentioning this story is, number one, it's a life lesson for anyone who thinks they can buy a knockoff and it's going to be just as good, because it never is. Never, ever is.
Never.
But the fact is that she knew on Taobao how to buy it, right? Because on Taobao, they will have this kind of thing where, you know, have like code words in it so that you know that you're going to get the real thing.
Yeah.
Something that looks real, even though
Right.
it doesn't. They'll call it like whatever.
Right.
Shuang Feng, whatever
Right,
thing.
right.
But then it actually comes as a real Apple thing.
Okay.
But yeah, no, like she even told me she was just doing it as an experiment.
Oh, okay.
And then like
That's
she was like, yeah, this knockoff stuff's just junk.
It is.
And I made a promise to not buy
truly
any of that
bad.
junk anymore.
It's funny when
Yeah.
you go to, this is an interesting little tidbit. If you go to Hong Kong or Macau,
Mm-hmm.
they will never, ever, ever buy fake stuff. I'm talking about the local Chinese
Local people, yeah.
They look down on that stuff so much. As soon as you cross into China, all of a sudden it's not embarrassing anymore.
No, it's not embarrassing. People brag about it. They'll look.
Yeah.
I got this. It looks almost the same,
Yeah.
and it cost me like 10 RMB instead of
Pretty
1,000.
nuts. It's like a clear divide.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's just, it shocked me because like the people because you get foreigners, like Westerners will go to China and they're happy to buy fake stuff. 'cause
They
they're
love
like-
it.
But you cross into Macau or Hong Kong, and those people, it's like the plague to them.
Yeah,
they
it's a
do
loss of
not
face.
want
Massive
fake
loss
stuff.
of face,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I get it. I agree with them.
Yeah. Oh, it's vote club time. Look at
Oh, it
this. It says vote.
Give us a tease. No,
This is
tell
vote.
us about it.
It says vote.
I love this title. You
Now.
found. I really do.
Yeah, I think it's cool. It's
That's
like
a
just
gorgeous title.
yeah.
That's
Voting.
so cool.
Yeah, I
Good
like
title,
it.
dude.
Thanks. Voting is good. So
I love that.
now, the vote club, as you might not know if you're new to the show, we have a vote club every week, and it's usually something that crosses the line.
Mm-hmm.
We normally wouldn't show. In this particular vote club, let's just say it looks disastrous, but it's not. Does it make sense?
I suppose I don't know this clip. So.
Yeah. So just call it tractor.
Oh, don't get people excited.
Tractor tangle.
You know people are going to get excited because
Yeah, but it's not that tractor. Yeah, just put it's tractor tangle. Do you want to see it? Yes or no? It works out okay. I'm gonna put it that way.
Okay. Tractor Tangle.
Tractor tangle.
If you are on Android or the glitch has not been resolved for you, then please push number 1 for yes and number 2 for no if you want to see this clip.
Yeah.
It's not tractor the tractor you think it is, I guess.
No.
I'm assuming.
It's called
I have not
Tractor
seen
Tangle.
this.
Yep.
Yes, thank you very much. And there's some really good discourse going on here in the chat. That's good. I'm glad you guys were talking about all these. I think some of these products were really funny.
Yeah, I mean it's weird that it's still going on because, as you said, you would think that by now this kind of thing would have calmed down, but it has not calmed down at all.
Pit Matix says, Tractor Tangle sounds like Chinese Ox's special home movie.
Yes, it would be, wouldn't it?
Oh, how can you hurt us like this with the suggestion of Tractor getting into a fist fight?
Oh yeah,
It does sound like Tractor's about
It
to
does
get
sound
into a
like,
fight.
but it's not.
Can we
It's-
pretend like she's at least, because I'm assuming there's a tractor in this
There's a
video.
tractor involved,
Can
yeah.
we pretend she's driving the tractor?
No,
No?
no,
Oh, crap. So it's not a funny clip.
no.
Oh, man. Thought we were getting another Royal Rumble.
No, unfortunately not.
We will eventually.
Just this, yeah, absolutely. We should do it twice a year.
I think a Summer Rumble and a Winter
Yeah,
Rumble.
we definitely need it twice a year. Once a year is just not enough.
Yeah. Although it's just so special.
True.
We'll try to figure it out.
We will.
Tractor Tangle, I guess we got 50 votes. We're usually going to get to 60, but it's a pretty low count today. I understand a lot of you guys who are not watching right now are probably watching all the college football games.
Or just hungover, dude.
Or hungover.
It is literally
We
the
are
first.
Literally 60% of the entire country is currently watching college football, though.
So
it's
weird.
the majority of the country.
Huh. It's
So
yeah.
it's definitely some of our audience.
For me, it's strange because I get the, not just America, but most countries have like sports that they love watching, right? But why college sports?
Yeah, and
Isn't it like discount of the real thing?
You are gonna make some serious enemies, but you know what? I agree with you because I love NFL. I'm addicted. I love football, but I don't watch college football. But I'm the opposite of the average person.
It's weird.
It's weird because I like the mainstream normie stuff.
Yeah.
But it turns out the college stuff is more mainstream normie.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah. It's very weird. Yeah. Anyway, I can't think of a good analogy for that.
Yeah, it's interesting. All right, Team Yes is a clear.
Okay, let's take a look at Tractor Tangle. So, yeah. Okay, so let's take a quick look at this. There's a guy, a popper as we call them. Okay.
Oh, we're dealing with Popper.
Now, who do you think's the popper here? Do you think the tractor guy or the bike guy is the popper? Because it's usually the tractors that are the popper.
I can't see what's going on. I see it.
Okay. Here, let's take a look. Here we go. It's coming.
Oh, I see. Oh, dude. Ah, come on, man.
Yeah, it looks terrible,
Bro.
doesn't it? But look.
Oh,
No harm, no foul.
he's fine.
Yeah, it's totally
Wait,
fine.
what?
Yeah.
I didn't want to see. I looked away.
Yeah, I was kind of fascinated by the fact that he's totally okay. Yeah.
Can you go back to that?
Yeah, sure. So I want to know who the popper is here, because you've got an intersection,
Yes.
okay? And this is something that we've really had a lot of trouble with in China, is what we call poppers. You're riding on a main road. Now, in most countries, whoever's on the main road has right of way.
Yeah.
And when you pull up to a main road, you stop, you look left and right or whatever, depending on where you are, to make sure no one's coming, right? And then you pull out. But in China, they don't. They'll come up to a main road and just drive on without looking. And I mean, it sounds absurd, but that's actually what happens.
Yes, that is what happens. I'm just still thinking about this guy. Like, he just full on got ran over and he's fine.
Yeah.
Let's see that again.
All right. So who do you think the popper is, though?
I think the motorcycle.
Probably the motorcycle. It's just
full
luck.
on.
Just luck.
And that bike is flying. He's not wearing a helmet or anything.
No, he's totally okay. You know,
Wow.
maybe he's drunk.
Maybe.
Because, you know, and this is no joke, but if you're drunk and you get into an accident like that,
Yes.
you're far more likely to survive.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have gotten into the accident, you know, if you were sober,
Yeah.
you wouldn't have actually got into that accident.
Yeah.
But, you know, if someone's completely drunk, they just roll with the punches. They don't try to, you know.
Outside of the main city centers, a huge proportion of Chinese people are drunk and driving.
Yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
A huge proportion, especially in the countryside.
Dude.
People are drinking baijiu at lunch.
For breakfast, dude.
With their meal.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
breakfast.
Yeah,
we
for
met
breakfast.
we met men in their 50s and 60s drinking baijiu for breakfast.
Yeah. You got to understand how simple life is out in
Yeah.
the countryside of China, and people are just bored.
Yeah.
I mean, they're incredibly bored. So the one thing they do to entertain themselves is drink.
Yes.
So early in the morning, they sit down, they're drinking baijiu, and then they go get on their tractor or whatever and just go about their day.
Every time I hear tractor, I think of the woman.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so that was today's vote clip. Thank you for participating in the vote.
Yes.
And now it's time for the Q&A.
Yes.
So, guys, please feel free to ask us anything. We're going to start a Q&A thing. Please put it in the form.
Yeah, there's a forum now, so don't put
And-
it in the chat.
Yeah, and guys, we would love for you to give us another suggestion to add to the list, because we've got 3 topics. We'd like a 4th.
Yeah, and one thing we would like to open up is anything that you want to hear about us too. And the reason is we always shy away from that stuff just because it's like weird to be like, I'm going to come up with a topic about myself. But if you guys suggest it,
If there's a personal topic you'd like us to cover, because you know what, we try to shy away from anything that seems narcissistic. It seems too
Yeah.
weird. It's like we wouldn't want to say like, hey, I'm going to tell you about my, history of my pets or something.
Right,
It sounds
like-
ridiculous.
Yeah.
No one, we don't think anyone cares
No.
that much about anything. But if there is something, please.
the reason I came up with that is because we noticed that some of the personal topics were very popular. Number 2, people have literally reached out and said, can you, I joined to watch this to learn more about you guys. So that's why we're throwing it out there. Feel free. I'm saying you don't need to shy away from chiming in with a personal topic suggestion.
Yep.
Because we do have 2 open slots, I believe. Right
Oh, we
now.
have 2.
We do.
Okay.
So we'll take 2 of our favorite topic suggestions today.
Yeah, excellent. So please throw them in with your question alongside. So what do we got?
Shane says, how many patrons are part of our family? I notice about 100 give or take watch on Monday. Love what y'all do. Great job. Actually, I don't know because we don't have those numbers on there. I guess I could look in the tiers and break it down.
But we're very, very happy with this particular core audience. It's awesome,
Yes.
guys. We love Mondays. It's amazing.
Absolutely. Danner 253. Since Chinese people drink bottled water, where's the water coming from? Excluding the fake bottled water. Does this affect the world? Can I get a AI 5G?
Oh, you certainly can. So
So there are aquifers in China, just like any other country. There are springs. There are
Nongfu Spring, bro.
there are the same water sources that you would have in your own country, but they are tainted and they are polluted, and that's the problem.
So they've got heavy processing plants where they actually sit there and process the water and, filter it out. They do. It's so ridiculous. Remember the canned air thing?
Yes.
They'll go to a place that's not destroyed yet, and then they'll just get everything from there.
Yes.
And there was this stupid thing that was going around for the longest time where they were selling canned air, and it was kind of a marketing gimmick. But they'd show the guys in Mongolia, or wherever the hell they were getting this air from, in Tibet or something, dressed in traditional clothing, like getting the air in the cans to seal it.
They're not actually doing that.
No, they're not. Of course not. And I remember in Beijing, I went to a restaurant and they gave you a free canned air with your meal. And it's like, what a freaking waste, by the way.
Yeah.
There are millions of these tins that they produce. So you get like a tin. It looks like one of those little drinks or something, It's a pull tab tin. It's got like nice blue skies, like a Windows XP thing on it with cows and everything. And you're like, shh. It's like Spaceballs, but for real. And it's like, what is this dystopian
dude.
bullshit?
And at least Beijingers have enough humor to understand the air is horrid.
Yeah.
But
exactly.
now I bet that would be illegal now.
Think so?
I think we're getting to the point where you wouldn't be able to sell that product anymore.
But the fact of the matter that they were actually selling,
Yeah.
I mean, you could buy it with real money, and they were wasting the money to actually can air.
Yeah.
It's kind of indicative. But the thing is, they'd go to places where it's not completely destroyed yet, and they would bottle water from those areas. So.
Mononoke Hime fan. Is that a person?
No, Mononoke Hime is Princess Mononoke.
Oh, that's what that is. I know Princess Mononoke. I didn't know it was Hime.
Hime means princess.
Oh, okay. I watched it in English. So. Happy New Year's. Since you're living in the States, how often do you speak Chinese? Do you make an effort to speak it at home with Chinese friends if they are in America? Yes, speak Chinese quite often.
Yeah, you more than me.
Yeah, a lot.
I speak it sometimes with my wife, but not very often. My kid, teach her a little bit.
Anthony Saints. Sorry, I don't know what picture you're talking about. You have to send me a message. Dylan, do you guys have cats, dogs, birds? No cats, no dogs. I would love to have a bird. I like birds. But my daughter is allergic to birds. And I have
Your daughter's allergic to birds?
Well, I'm not like... when you do the allergy sample thing when they're young? Bird, like pet bird feathers came up like on the mildest thing. I don't want it to develop into something, you know what I mean?
I mean, the thing is, like, where we live, you don't need pets.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Like, outside, we got, what do you call those things? Is a woodchuck?
Yeah.
It's not a woodchuck. What's that other thing?
Go pit it.
No,
woodchuck.
That thing with it looks like a squirrel with, like, white stripes on the back?
That's a skunk.
No, it's brown.
Chipmunk.
It's a chipmunk. Yeah. See, I always get woodchucks and chipmunks confused.
Don't you dare call it chipmunk. Do you know what I did the other day? Well, it was a little while ago.
Yeah.
You know our gutters, how they come off, those white ones? I took it.
Yeah.
And because I saw a chipmunk run into it.
Yeah.
And I think that they're cute, right?
I like chipmunks.
So I dumped it out into my hand and it bit the shit out of me.
Oh, well, I mean, you want to mess with wild animals.
It's tiny.
Yeah, but they're cute.
Expect that. Like, it was way worse than a hamster bite or something.
Okay,
you know what I mean? Or even a guinea pig.
Yeah.
It bit the shit out of me. It was crazy.
But I mean, we got deer wandering around outside. We got,
Wong.
wild turkeys and so.
Fisher cats.
Yeah.
One.
Well, one though. So yeah. Thing is, like, the need for a pet kind of goes away when you've got so much wildlife
Yeah,
around.
you can enjoy it in nature. I think I prefer that now, but I do keep aquariums. That's my guilty pleasure.
And when I grew up, I had a lot of dogs, and I used to live on farms and stuff. Yeah, dogs, and I love dogs. And at some point, I'll get a dog. There's a couple of reasons why I'm not getting one yet, but I will at some point because I love dogs. Yeah.
Just gotta convince your wife.
Yeah.
The Average Joe, is the repression of Mongolians getting worse? Read the article on it recently. Absolutely. And that is the silo. That's why that video, probably one of my biggest backlashes I've ever gotten, is my video I did about the secret repression of Mongolians, because no one covers it.
Yep.
Nobody talks about it. It's pretty bad.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Definitely check that out on Low 86.
Yeah, we saw it firsthand.
Yep. And I lived in it too. I saw how bad it was when I lived there. Anthony Saints, okay, I need a what's how for the new year.
You can get one. Happy New Year.
That's not that kind of year.
Yeah, exactly.
Dragonella says, totally off topic, related to nothing. Let's start 24 Weebin. Favorite animes, topic suggestion, pet lore. Now I'm interested. Oh no.
Oh boy.
Pet lore. I'll write it down just because I'll take any suggestion today. Favorite animes. Death Note is my favorite anime. I like Ranma 1/2. Let me think of something that I love. Oh, and anything Miyazaki. Love all Miyazaki. Spirited Away is my favorite. Yeah. what about you?
So many. I'll go for Megazone 2-3, Part 1 only, as kind of a cool OVA that I really like. Interesting story and all that. There's a lot of like parallels, and you could tell that movies like The Matrix and stuff totally ripped them off. But Megazone 2-3. And any kind of cyberpunk anime, I love all that stuff. There's tons from the 90s and the late 80s. Absolutely love that junk. And as a modern, when I say modern, Full Metal Panic. Love Full Metal Panic.
Modern. It's like
Yeah.
30 years old.
It's not
20,
that old.
It's 25 years old.
Whatever, it's modern, right? It's not,
Is
you
it?
know, it's it's starting to use CG in there, you
I
know,
see what
it's
you
not
mean.
fully
like
hand-drawn.
style-wise.
Yeah,
Yeah, gotcha.
we'll go with that.
Cool. Possible person suggestion: Tractor 3-part series on our past, present, and future plans. Dude, I don't know any. There's that one video.
Yeah, there's probably more.
Good luck.
Yeah.
We need. I do think though, IE Core is a thing. Oh, did we do
Absolutely.
IE Core?
We did the Cougars Gone Wild.
Oh no, but there's IE Core.
Yeah.
Which is very specific.
We definitely did an example of it once.
Yeah, but I have a lot of material.
Yeah, that's true.
IE Core is like the middle-aged aunties. We showed you about them fighting and doing all their stuff and like being like ripping the flowers.
Oh,
down.
it's so cringe.
But-
So cringe, man. Like, you know, our mother-in-laws, they have the phones with
That's
the beauty
IE Core.
filters and stuff, and they take a photo with roses and everything.
Yes.
It's got these fake roses, and they try to look. It's like, oh,
IE
gross.
Core, remember we talked about Gorp Core and all that stuff? IE Core is their styles. There's certain things they do.
It's like, dude, you're 60 or 58 or something. Stop trying to look like a teenager.
Yes.
It's just that ship has sailed.
Yeah, IE Core is hardcore filters. It's flowers. It's this weird, like using like old emojis before emojis. Like,
Can you just imagine?
I don't know how to explain.
Just try to imagine your mom, your mom's like older, even older than your mom, trying to cosplay as an anime schoolgirl or something.
Yeah.
That's how cringe it is. It's like, let it go, okay?
Yes.
Embrace who you are. You know?
and they love Chinese country music is a good example.
Yeah.
You remember? I talked about this. I like music, but like some people were interested when I did Why is China Not Cool? China has its own country music, which some people are like, what do you mean? Like, you know, America's most popular music is country music.
Yeah.
China's got country music, but what they're called is like 草原歌 or like
more like Tao Yan Ge. It's like
they're like from the minority
Yeah.
regions, but what it is just Han people singing in the countryside, and
Yes.
it's its own like rural bad vibe.
Dude, how about this for a topic? Like guilty pleasure Nong songs.
I love Nong songs.
Yeah.
Nong songs are like Chinese country music.
Yeah, it's just like low class songs. You could say.
Yes.
You know, like what I don't even know what that'd be, like Euro trash or something. You know?
Yeah. I
It's-
think Chinese country music, guilty pleasure, Nong means farmer.
Yeah.
Nong song. That is a
Nong-
great topic.
Yeah, and Nong doesn't just
I have
mean
some
farmer
bangers.
though. Nong, if you call someone Nong, means that they're like uncivilized or unsophisticated.
Yeah.
So if somebody's like wearing really crappy clothes and they don't know how to
That's a
use the
Nong.
subway system or
Yeah.
something, and they're like struggling to move a turnstile because they've never come across one in their life. Yeah, you just say, "Oh, look how Nong that person is." It's kind of like an insult for
Yeah.
saying low class, really.
China country music, guilty pleasure, Nong songs is the
Yes,
subtext.
that's
a
it.
great topic, and I have some very
Yeah, and
favorites.
we gotta try to dig up some of this old stuff. Like when we first got to China, there are like certain things you latch onto.
Yeah.
You think it's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it turns out it's IE music.
Yeah.
I like some serious IE music.
I like that because that's kind of a personal topic too.
It is. It's really fun. Chinese ox breakup and who she is. More youthful boys lore is also desired.
Okay.
Like obviously when we were younger. Pit Matix. For a country still obsessed with superstitious signs, how bad does it look to have all these New Year's fireworks not happening? Kind of sums up China's optimism for the New Year's. I think they don't understand how damning that looks. Because it really, if you take it out of context, it looks bad. It looks
Yeah.
like hopeless.
Yeah.
Doesn't it?
I mean, it just sucks that basically all the fun is being sucked out of China. You know what I mean?
Yes.
The government just doesn't want people to celebrate and have fun. It's
Yeah.
terrible. It's like,
Yeah.
why?
Yeah.
I mean,
Absolutely.
As long as it's controlled. Because I remember, not Coco Park, but there was this really cool place I went, like one of the first years I was in Shenzhen. You know that place where there's the Jusco and all that? I can't remember. Civic Plaza is what it's called. And I went there on New Year's Eve because, you know, when I'll be honest with you, like that whole going out and having a massive 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, it's like I couldn't be asked to do that anymore. Okay, when you're young, you want to do that. You want to go out and have a party. Now I'll maybe have a couple of drinks. You know, maybe with my friends or, you know, my wife or something. We'll do a little something like Happy New Year or something. But, you know, anyway. And they had these epic fireworks. And I was like, yeah. And then so the next year, me and my friends, we all booked a table in the plaza and everything. And they canceled the fireworks because at that time, Shenzhen really started to like clamp down. Such a letdown. You know what I mean?
So a party for you isn't sitting around at band practice and smoking heroin out of a light bulb party.
No, not that.
No, we did this ad for NordVPN ages ago.
Yeah, I remember.
We used this like 80s PSA.
Yeah.
It was a real PSA.
Yeah.
It was an anti-drug PSA, and there's like these kids like having band practice, but one of the kids just keeps smoking heroin out of a light bulb.
So bad.
And he like takes his family picture and he like puts it down. And they're like,
so
come
bad.
on, come practice. He's like, no way, guys.
Yeah, exactly. That was so bad.
We have to find that. Can
Let's
we show
find
that
it.
next time?
Yeah. Show the party thing next
Show
time.
party PSA.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
It's hilarious, yeah.
Sorry, I'm just catching up here. Favorite Sean Wareheim says favorite YouTubers from topics other than your own. For music, punk rock, NBA, Finn McKenty, my friend. For America stuff, Peter Santinello, another friend of mine. Always shout out your friends. For China stuff, Winston Sturzel on Serpent ZA. But for non-related stuff, I would say like right now I like watches. So I watch Watchfinder and Co. Those two British guys, great watch program there. Nico Leonard is really funny if you want to hear people shout about Hublot.
Sure.
Other stuff is too niche into hobbies and stuff like fish and stuff that I'm interested in.
Yeah.
That's mostly what I watch.
I basically watch like retro tech stuff.
Oh, okay.
That's my biggest thing is retro tech stuff.
Shout out to an awesome YouTuber.
Which
I
one?
know this is dumb. This is like 70 people watching, but
70 people is a lot, dude.
no, I'm just saying like I should do a proper shout out because I'm a big fan. It's this young man from Georgia.
Okay.
And he moved to. I guess it was always his dream.
Is that the guy who smokes?
No.
Okay.
What's
Is that guy just like has a channel about smoking cigarettes?
Why would I watch that? Oh, that came up on our feed.
Yeah.
There's this like kid that like I guess he's probably in his 20s.
Yeah.
He just smokes
Smoking
cigarettes on
cigarettes.
his channel,
Like,
and he's like, it's like I found cigarettes from the 60s, and he's like, oh, we don't know why this is coming up.
Yeah, it's weird. He goes like travels to go smoke cigarettes.
Yeah, he's like he like went to Japan, sat in a cafe. He's like, I can smoke in public here, and he's like, we were like, what is
Yeah,
this
it was
rabbit
funny.
hole?
It was funny.
No,
It's
this
not
is
him?
much more
Okay.
wholesome.
Okay, all right.
It's called Chefin' with Mark.
Okay.
I like to see young people doing stuff with their lives.
Sure.
And this kid's it was in Georgia, and he does Razor freestyle scooter tricks and stuff.
Okay.
That's unrelated.
Okay.
My point is like he's an active dude, and he would go out into the wilderness, catch his own fish, and then cook it and show you how he cooked it.
Oh, that's nice.
Not a chef or anything, right?
Yeah.
Just doing his own meal preps and going and catching his own food in the wild.
Yeah.
And he taught himself Japanese since he was young.
Yeah.
Learned it fluently. Now got a full scholarship and now lives in Japan.
Oh, that's cool.
As a young man, he did this all himself, and it was fun to watch that
That's
journey.
wholesome, yeah,
You know
it's
what I mean? Anyway, now he's fishing in Japan, catching it, cooking it at the dorms, you know, for
That's
everyone.
cool.
It's just one of those little channels I really like.
Sounds
It's called
interesting.
Chefin' with Mark.
Chefin' with Mark. Yeah, I'll check it out. Yeah, I'm up for anyone. I'm a big supporter of new YouTube channels, and something you guys might not know about me, but I've helped a lot of people get off the ground when it comes to their small channels, especially in China. I tried my best, but there are a lot of people who I've spoken them through how to do it and given them hints and given them shout outs and given them ways of, you know, teaching them the tricks of the trade. Never want anything in return. Most people fizzle out because it's a tough game, and you know, it's really difficult to actually grab an audience. But a couple of them have done pretty well. I'm not going to name names, but like, what I can.
So the whole point of this is to say which channels do you recommend?
Well, I mean, the thing is, like, I can recommend any number of channels. You know what I mean? Like I said with the tech stuff, I really like, and it's boring, but I like to watch people repair old retro tech.
It's not boring.
So something like,
people love to watch that.
yeah, Adrian's Digital Basement's one of my favorites to watch him fix things, and you know, although there's a whole slew. And I did remember a channel the other day, and it's like I gotta tell people about it, but now I've forgotten it. So
Yeah,
I guess it
no,
wasn't,
I get that all the
wasn't,
time.
You know,
Shower
important
thoughts.
enough.
I always think of like, oh, I gotta tell our audience about this. I love this,
Yeah.
and I forget.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love retro tech stuff, but there's a whole slew of things I watch of all kinds. And I'm all about the up and coming people.
Yes.
You know, once a person's established, whatever. But I like watching new YouTubers
Me too.
come in
For sure.
to their own. You know, how about we make a list for next time?
We should do that.
Just make a proper list.
That could be a topic at some point.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about, you know, YouTube is not a selfish thing. A lot of people treat it selfishly, like, oh, my subscribers and my viewers, and I don't want to shout anyone else out because it's going to take away from my audience. Bullshit, all of that.
No, that's dumb.
Subscribers and audience don't belong to you. You belong to them.
Yes.
Okay, and they get to choose who they watch. They get
Agreed.
to watch us. They watch whoever else. So I really like spreading the love. So maybe we can think of some pretty obscure channels to shout out next time.
Yeah, and like ones that we think maybe will
It's
be
something that
generally
our
appealing.
audience might like.
Yeah,
You know?
I like that idea.
Okay.
We can maybe have even a big poll. It's a new year. We could have a poll of a lot of different topics.
Yeah.
To this time, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Anthony Saints, thanks. I'll look at it. Dylan says, I saw F the Fruit English around back in the day. How about you guys do a funny English you saw in China? We did. We actually did
Yeah.
that episode. Go check it out. We did one on here. On Xiaoban, we did one
ADV
on
China.
ADV China.
We
Or
did
maybe two.
We did a funny T-shirts or something on ADV China, which got age restricted for some reason.
But that was an English episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't believe it got age restricted. Why? So annoying. We didn't put anything that needed to be age restricted in that.
Yes. Barco Dead Loser says, C-Milk, what's your current favorite K-drama? The one that I just watched that I really like was Doona, D-O-O-N-A. It's on Netflix. Really good one. Then I tried to watch a couple more and I just couldn't get into it. So right now I'm watching some old 90s sitcoms.
Do you think that the sheen has worn off? Because, you know, when you get into a new genre, it seems fun and interesting.
No, what I'll say is I'm more discerning about which ones I like now.
Because then you notice they're all very tropey.
Yeah, but there's some great stuff.
Sure.
Like the one I just shouted out is very different than the other stuff. So it's like now I won't waste my time on just a random one.
I got
You know what I mean? But yeah, what you said is true. You are true.
Yeah.
Shane, show idea. What are your favorite places in China? I think I've already done that, and I think one of the best episodes we did was about our favorite places in China and ADV China. I also did a video called it's a dumb video title. It's called "Where Are the Hottest Girls in China?"
Yeah.
It's actually me ranking like all the areas in China. But it's thorough.
Yeah.
And I did a Chinese province tier list as well.
Cool.
Justin McCrum, I might as well ask for Box 3.0, although I might make Matt irritate.
Add it to the list, bro.
All right.
You got to add it to the list.
on.
Hey, man. It's possible. A resurrector, you know?
The last thing you did was really fun.
Oh, let's see, yeah.
There's no box in it.
Well, there was in the beginning.
Wow. It was
Yeah.
just old box.
Yeah, well, I mean, look.
Actually,
What?
I have a secret.
What's that?
And I've been holding out on you.
What? You
I
got
mean,
another box one? What?
I got real box.
You got a real box one? A new box one? Good.
So
Yeah.
it exists.
Yeah, I knew it existed.
There's one more.
Yep. I thought so.
You haven't seen it either.
Oh, good. Even better. So we can do a box 3.
I've been holding out.
Okay.
Sean, also Hong Hong. Yeah, you can have a Hong Kong.
Yeah, why not?
Honorable Matisa.
Daniel Aguilar says, have you guys considered setting up a computer channel like mess around with retro tech and stuff? You've done so.
I have one, which has a rubbish trailer, and that's all, but I've been secretly putting things together. It's called Obsolete Futures.
Coming soon to a theater near you.
Yeah, you know, the retro tech thing is my biggest hobby. I have a bunch of hobbies, but that's my biggest hobby, and I've been amassing a collection of really cool old stuff. And I plan to film it and use only the old stuff to make
it.
Yeah.
It's a cool idea.
So using an old video toaster and stuff. So yeah, it should be fun. I've got one episode in the works, and I'll get around to it this year for sure.
Nice. And you wanted a Hong Hong, but you already got one.
Oh, you can get the to hell with you.
Acronis says, no question, I just wanted to send well wishes and a speedy recovery to those affected by the earthquakes in Japan. And
Yep.
and we mirror that sentiment.
That's wild, huh?
Yeah. Thankfully,
wild.
their emergency response system is
Yep.
unparalleled.
No, they know how to deal with it.
Yeah.
They're the best in the world.
They
at
don't
dealing
scare people, and they tell it like it is.
Yeah.
You know? I believe someone said in the chat earlier, I thought that was a good quote. Austin Bruce says, I feel my extreme ideas and beliefs have isolated me pretty much everyone to the point I feel violent. What advice do you have for me? That's heavy.
What are you talking about? Do people think you're violent, or do you think you are
He
violent?
thinks he got extreme ideas, and he's feeling he's isolated pretty much everyone.
You've isolated other people because of what
Now
you say.
he feels violent because he's isolated everyone.
So you feel
This is how I'm reading the English here.
You got to be You got to clarify.
I
this.
feel my extreme ideas and beliefs have isolated me pretty much everyone to the point that I feel violent. What advice do you have for me?
Be diplomatic. It's simple. You know, the thing is, nobody likes it when other people push their ideals. No. Okay, just think about it from this point of view. Nobody likes a Jehovah's Witness coming to your door to try to convert you to God, whatever their weird version of it is. Sorry if you're Jehovah's Witness, but, you know, no one likes that. If people are looking for religion, they'll seek it out, okay?
nom 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 nom.